and feel. And in this evolving digital frontier that we are calling the metaverse, there are opportunities to do things that we never thought were even possible. But with innovation comes responsibility, and there will be many challenges that we must face and overcome together. I've often wondered, how do we create balance between humanity, technology, and the environment in a world that is already constructed? It's as though we are designing against the grain. This is something that many of us are trying to figure out at this technological tipping point. I personally have spent countless hours of my life, especially in the last few years, really thinking about this, thinking about how to create amazing, innovative, and artistic, immersive experiences using technology, but while still doing our part in this world to protect our people and to protect the environment. And what I've realized is that collective thinking around design is holding us back. It's become mechanical, a series of conflicting checklists and linear conventions, components of production cycles. We don't always think about design as coming from within, as inherent to our species, the human. So today I will discuss 5 immersive design considerations for the metaverse outside of these technical checklists and processes. These are considerations that are a little more qualitative, sometimes a little harder to wrap our minds around and transfer that knowledge into meaningful action. These are the things that impact our decision making and the world we live in, whether we realize it or not. And when we make this connection more mainstream, I truly believe that we can evolve the world by pioneering what artistic but responsible, immersive design looks and feels like, and what the metaverse should evolve to become and to include. My name is Natasha Rapsat, and I am an experienced designer, strategist, multi-dimensional being, an explorer traveling to see the bones of the world and to learn for the future of humanity. I have medium brown skin and dark hair that is pulled back. I'm wearing a black shirt, red lipstick. Before we get into the considerations, let's discuss immersive design for common understanding. Feel free to leave comments or questions. I will do my best to answer. Thank you for joining me today.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I loved to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know. There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Maria Bond of the Limitless Mindset Group and Media Communications Limited. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have had speakers from London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, North Carolina, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Key speaker for today is Ada Correa-Jackson. Ada Correa-Jackson is a national and international speaker and workshop facilitator. As a seasoned professional, she works to cultivate diversity, equality, and inclusivity where art and technology meet. She is an instructor of Lenore Rain University, teaching inclusivity, diversity, and equality for the web and other technology platforms, including the metaverse. Ada is also a multimedia artist with a passion for empowering individuals from all walks of life through her art, writing, poetry, and creativity. So welcome, my guest, Ada, onto the show. Ada Correa-Jackson, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you today?
I am blessed and favored. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's good to speak to you. Now, firstly, could you tell us what is DEI, please?
Sure. So when you hear the acronym DEI, they're referring to diversity, equity, and inclusion. So, excuse me. So that's what they call the buzzword. So most people will say DEI for short, but they're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Can you explain the differences between diversity, inclusion, and equity, please?
Absolutely. So usually people try to use those words interchangeably. They'll use diversity for inclusion and so forth, but they are actually distinctive words with distinctive meanings. So what I tell people is think about the way I refer to it is as a table, right? So if I have a company and my company is a table, the company needs to function as that table, right? So diversity means that there are people around the table of different races, of different colors, of different cultural backgrounds. So that makes my company diverse. My table works as a table. It is mine, but the people around it represent different groups. And it doesn't have to be just ethnic groups. Maybe some people are disabled. Maybe some people identify differently than we do. So that's what makes it diverse. But inclusion means that now those same people, maybe someone may want to put a picture on the table. Maybe someone else wants to maybe make something a little different that makes them feel like I'm putting a part of myself into this. But the table itself still hasn't changed. It's still my table and you're around it. And yes, maybe you can put a little decoration on there, but it still belongs to me and it still remains the same. What makes equity different is that equity now is referring to ownership, right? So ownership means that if I need to make this feel like it's mine, I can maybe saw out a divot. Maybe I need to make the table longer. Maybe I need to make the table higher. As long as it still functions as a table, and it still functions as it's supposed to, all these things can be added in. So that's what makes equity different than diversity and inclusion, because now we're talking about ownership. We're talking about someone being able to take what belongs to them, what belongs to someone else, but make it a part of themselves so that not only do I feel like I'm included, but I feel like I'm a part of this. I can make it so that if I need something. So, the company, Lenore Ryan, that I work for, the university I work for, the woman that started the Lenore Ryan Equity and Diversity Institute, her name is Aisha Adams. And when she started the institute, I love how she puts it. She puts it like a fish tank. So her description is more like a fish tank. There's some fish in there that are going to need certain food, and you need to make sure that you've provided that for them. So when you think about equity, you want to think about those people who may be disabled. They're going to need certain adaptations, certain things that are included in there. Maybe there's some cultural differences. Maybe someone comes from a different religious background, so they may need time off for certain holidays, maybe that others don't need time off for. So that's difference with equity. Equity means that I'm not just a part of this, I actually have ownership here and I have a say. Whereas in the past, we've had lots of companies that were very diverse, but the people within them did not have a say. So that is the difference between those three.
Wonderful. Now, what do you mean when you say that you teach it for the web and social media? I think that it's quite a niche area, even though it seems very, it's the three areas. There's a lot of depth in there. So, what do you actually mean when it's for that particular platform?
So the part that I teach as an instructor is I teach for people who are creating space on the internet, right? So websites, social media, those kinds of metaverse and AI. So all of these things are considered technological different platforms. Oftentimes, I don't know if you've ever gone into a website and sometimes it looks very busy. So for example, when I'm teaching my students, I will actually take them onto the website and I will give them, there's a program that I use that teaches you what it feels like to be a blind person going onto your website. So people don't realize that blind people do use the internet. They use what's called a screen reader. The screen reader will read to them what's on the website, but your website has to be set up in such a way that the screen reader will read in order. So there are times where I'll conduct audits for people's websites, and I'll go onto the website, and the screen reader will say, logo, picture, whatever the picture is, you have to have a description. Otherwise, it'll just say link. The blind person does not know what the link is or what it's for. So if the blind person says, click link, and lets the screen reader know to click the link, sometimes it just goes in a circle. That link goes nowhere. You don't know that if you don't have someone who tries to what's called do accessibility for the web. So if you don't know that, maybe all of your links are blank links. Maybe the link, if you've ever gone on a website where there's like 10 pages and each page has a drop down of 20 more pages, it's very frustrating for someone who's not disabled. Imagine someone doing it with a screen reader, and it's going through every single link. So what I try to teach is for you to see the web in a different way, or see social media in a different way. Think about the people who are using your website, who are using your social media. Another one that I demonstrate with my students is there are many people who are colorblind. And if you don't use the right set of colors for your website, some people may not see. Sometimes we try to do kind of fancy things with our website, use a specific color or use a specific font. But when you think about people with disabilities, the first thing people think of is someone in a wheelchair. If you're not in a wheelchair, you're not disabled, right? But we have people who have had strokes. We have people who, like I said, are blind. Maybe they're colorblind, which is also considered a disability. Older people go on a website and that font is so small, they cannot see what is being written. It's so small, it's so fine, it's so thin that they can't even read what's on there. So that's what I do when I'm teaching about equity and diversity for the web.
Wonderful. Absolutely amazing. Now, one of the questions I was going to ask is, should my company or everyday organizations look into getting certified in DEI? And really, I'm looking at the fact that people who are disabled, will they go specifically to, will they favor a website that's got the certificate more so than the other, knowing that there is a guarantee that there will be that help and that thought that's gone into catering for them?
Absolutely. So yes. So Lenore Ryan University actually offers a certification. Mine is just a portion of the overall certification. What I love about the certification is that it talks about the difference between an activist and an advocate. So I highly recommend people getting the certification, and mainly because there's so much more to diversity, equity, and inclusion training than just what we just talked about here. And it goes further than just race. It goes further than identity. It goes further than even disabilities, because we're also talking about socioeconomic differences, people who are disadvantaged. This all goes under the DEI training. When you have a company and you have that certification and you learn the difference between being an activist. Now, the activist is the person that goes out with the picket fence, with the picket signs, and they're out there and they're, lobbying. Sometimes people say, I want to be involved, but I don't want to do that. Well, an advocate, what they do is they advocate for the change, right? So first getting that certification, learning what DEI is. Sometimes, some of the training that we have is like what one of the classes is called the courage principle. It takes a lot of courage to be the one that speaks up, that says, I think the practices here in this company are not very diverse and not very equitable. We need to discuss that not just the websites, but what's going on inside the actual company with itself. How are we reaching out, especially for nonprofits? When you think about a nonprofit, their job is to reach out to the community to provide whatever service it is. But sometimes even nonprofits don't know how to reach out to the community as a whole. So they may have a specific niche, but that niche may include a lot of subgroups, right? So how do I reach out to all of these groups, but reach out in a way that's respectful, right? So sometimes we as a people, we get caught up in our own stereotypes. And sometimes if you do not ask the community itself, then you're going to go out there, you're going to put your own agenda out there, but you may put it out in a way that's very offensive to the very people that you think you're trying to help. I've worked with nonprofits quite often. Some of the things I've learned with working with nonprofits is that oftentimes, especially those with, they really want to help, but they go out into the community and they tell the community what they're going to do. So they say, I have this program and this is going to help you and this is what we're going to do. And they wonder why they're not reaching, why they're failing, mainly because you didn't ask the community what they want, right? You didn't ask them. You didn't say, I can go into a poor neighborhood and say, I think they need this, 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 and this. But if I go into the neighborhood and I actually say, have a forum, have a group where they come and they talk to me and I talk to them, and I might find out by actually going out there that what I think they need is not what they need. In accordance to the community, they're saying, I need this. So if you could provide this, then we can work better with you. Yes. Otherwise, I'm going to come out there. And I've seen this happen, especially with being in technology. I have seen many people who have come with all their laptops and say, look, we're just going to give the laptops to this community center. And before you know it, the laptops are broken. The community center is not using them. They're obsolete. Well, it's because you did not ask the community what they needed. And then you did not speak to the community to find out, how do we take what we are offering you and make this sustainable for the long term? And that's what diversity training will help with, for you to view the community in a different way, because the community isn't just, even with us, with people of color. You and I was born and raised in New York City. I'm sure it's very different than where you were. Not to say that we don't have similarities as women of color, that we don't face a lot of the same discriminations, but our cultures may be different. The way we were raised may have been different. The way we view things may be different. How would I know that if I don't ask? Right? True. I can't assume if I go to, I travel quite a bit. I can't assume every time I travel to another community that I know what that community is all about. The only way I will know is by asking. And that's what training does. It gives you the tools to ask. It teaches you how to advocate. So now that I know, now that I've learned how to ask the questions, how to learn more about what's the difference or what we have in common, now I know how to advocate for that community, right? Whatever that community may be, whether it be a senior community, whether it be an LGBTQ community, whether it be a community of color, whatever it may be. Now I know, and I have the tools to be able to ask the right questions, but also how to advocate for them when I see that there is a business or a community center or an organization that's not serving the community in a way that helps them.
Amazing. At what point in an organization setup do you think it's vital for you to step in and be able to implement DEI? When does it benefit most?
The best time is in the beginning, right? Yeah. So let's start on the right foot. I think oftentimes we go in and we do all of the legwork, not even thinking about it, and then we think of it as an afterthought, right? Mm-hmm. And usually most companies don't even, especially larger companies, and we've seen this often, don't even think about it until something bad happens, right? Until there's a problem. Until someone says, oh my goodness, did you see what they put on their social media? Did you see that picture that they used? Did you see the wording that they used? Did you hear that CEO say X, Y, and Z? And they're like, wait, I didn't mean that. See, we don't want that. If you have a company and you are putting forth any kind of face, whatever the face is of your company forward, then that's the time to think about it. The minute you're thinking about having a company, the minute you're saying, I want to interact with the public, that is the time to think about DEI, not after, not when the faux pas has happened, because many companies have folded because of a faux pas so large that they weren't able to recover from it.
Yes, I totally understand that. It's imbibing the culture so that everybody understands, isn't it? Everybody understands what the company stands for, and that being a really important implementation into it. Love it. Okay, so have there been any pushbacks surrounding DEI? You know, in what you've been trying to do, have you had any oppositions, limitations? What has been the pushback?
Oh, absolutely. I'm currently stationed and living in Florida. If anyone has watched anything that's been going on the news, I think at this point we are international because of what's happening here in this state. There's so much pushback against DEI. I actually also work with another college that had a DEI program within the college itself. This particular program is called Metrotown. It's been around for 35 years. They teach young people, teenagers, to be equity advocates, to be advocates for the community, to speak up. And for 35 years, they've been doing this with UNF. And unfortunately, they've had to move out of UNF because the current laws here in Florida state that schools, public schools can no longer, or schools that are funded by the state can no longer teach DEI. We went into a private school that asked us to come in and teach. And I would say we were scheduled to start at 9 a.m. By 8:30 a.m., we were told that we cannot talk about race, we cannot talk about identity, and we cannot talk about gender, which is a big bulk of what DEI is all about. Now, schools can no longer talk about this at all. And this hurts our community because it's bigger. DEI is bigger than race and gender and identity. As I mentioned before, it's about ability or disability. It's about our neurodiverse students, our neurodiverse community, which the neurodiverse community are those who have autism, ADHD. If you've had, if someone's had a stroke and it has affected their thinking and cognitive abilities, they're also affected. When the laws are turned against DEI, those people who have those disabilities are also being affected by those laws. It isn't just, I think that oftentimes the pushback is, we hear this often where people will say, well, when I hear about, race relations and I hear about what happened in the past, I feel really bad. Okay, it's not meant to make anyone feel bad. It's about education. It's about educating people to say, hey, this happened, but let's educate you so that it won't happen again. Germany is a perfect example of that, where, obviously what happened during the Holocaust, where now there are laws that are against these things happening again. It's being taught in schools. Why? So that it won't happen again. It's not about making anyone feel bad about whatever may have happened in the past. It's about saying, moving forward, how do we move forward in such a way that everyone is well educated and understands, and this won't happen again? Because what I say when I'm as a teacher is, if we don't teach this to all the students, not just a particular group of students, if we don't teach this to all the students, then there's going to come a point where no one knows, and that empathy will be lost. And that includes our students, right? They will not have that empathy. And, if we become the majority, what happens then? If we don't know that we shouldn't be behaving a certain way, that we should be including certain people, there are so many stories that are out there where you can see that human nature is for us to separate each other, right? Who's better because of this? If you have this, that can happen to anyone at any time. So DEI training is about teaching empathy. It's about teaching understanding. It's about saying, you know what, every voice is important. Everyone should be heard. Everyone should feel included, not just me. Everyone should feel included. But how do I do that in such a way that I stay respectful of you, but that you also stay respectful of me? Without that training, this becomes those arguments, right? That becomes that pushback. And then people don't know how to have an open and honest discussion.
What was the argument against it that they said was bad for the community then? What was said to be bad for the community?
Well, for here in Florida, so there's two parts of the DEI trainings that are the biggest, the hot topics, if you want, if you will. The first one is with race relations, right? So many people say that when you start teaching DEI, it makes, especially when you're talking about slavery or you're talking about, unfair laws, especially when it comes to people of color. It makes people, Caucasian children and their parents, feel bad. So they feel guilt or they feel bad. And now, parents are pushing back and saying, well, I don't want my kid to feel bad about this. And they're coming home and they're upset about it. And so for that's the one,
Right.
one of them. And then,
No, I said
and
right.
then, yeah. And so, but again, it's not about trying to make anyone feel bad. It's about saying this happened, right? We can't move forward until we first acknowledge that this happened. A lot of what's happening here in the United States, because Florida is just the beginning. There are other states that are trying to follow suit with Florida. There are some places that are actually rewriting textbooks, right? So some organizations are rewriting the textbooks and saying, well, slavery, it wasn't really slavery. It wasn't really that harsh. They did get paid, those kinds of things, which are untrue, right? But they're trying to say it so that, look, it wasn't so bad. But if we don't acknowledge what happened, if we don't say, listen, this happened, and this is what happened, and this is what made it bad, then we don't know how to move forward from that, right? So then I feel unheard, right? I feel like, wait a minute, this did happen. My family is from Puerto Rico, and there was slavery on the island of Puerto Rico 100 years before it came to the mainland. So this is a history of this behavior. These things are real. So we do have certain laws that have been put in place that still affect us to this day, until we acknowledge that, yes, that happened. And now let's take a look at these laws. Let's take a look at what is going on. Why is this law in place? Why are we still dealing with this backlash? Why do I feel discriminated against? I'm not saying let's point fingers. I'm saying let's take a look at this openly and honestly. And that's where DEI training comes in, right? And saying, okay, well, is this fair? Is this equitable, right? Is this law, if I do this and you do this, and I happen to be a woman of color and you happen to not be a woman of color and you happen to be a Caucasian woman, are we being treated equally? I'm coming in with the same skills and you're coming in with the same skills. Are we being paid equally? Are we being treated equally in the workplace? Oftentimes that's not the case. And it's not anyone's fault other than culture, right? So let's address that. And now people don't want to, because it's like, well, because here's what I hear often. And many people will say, a lot of our listeners will say, oh yeah, you know what? Yes, that's exactly what happens. People will say, well, I've never seen it. Just because you've never seen it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Or I don't know anyone that's happened that to. Okay, just because you don't know anyone that's happened to doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And that goes on both sides of the board, right? So maybe I've never seen it. Maybe I've never seen someone being treated unfairly because they have a disability. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen to them. So DEI training helps us to not discount a person's voice. If I say to you, this has happened to me, then respect that I'm saying this happened to me. And now that you know it's possible, how can we make sure it doesn't happen again?
Most definitely. There are some of these things that people feel very uncomfortable talking about and they want to hide it. And I don't think people have bad intentions necessarily, but I hear what you're saying. It's so easily to forget, especially when we're dealing with generations upon generations. If we're aware of it, then that can actually eliminate, or at least make it easier, isn't it, for people to work together and live together and function together as such, and make it easier for everyone to feel included. And yeah, most definitely. So are there other communities that are hurt
by not teaching DEI?
Yes. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have the disabled communities that are hurt by not teaching DEI. It's not just about race and culture and gender. Obviously, the LGBTQ community has spoken up many times about what's happening within their community, but we have people with disabilities that are affected by not talking about this. We have people who are in communities that are what we call underrepresented, especially social economic communities, so outlying communities, communities that are in extreme poverty. Without teaching DEI, then we're not teaching that these people are being affected by the fact that we are not working in an equitable community, in an equitable society, right? Meaning, for example, maybe as an educator, because I'm an educator, I want to teach something, but I cannot go to that community. And because of transportation issues, they cannot come to me. So I can do it virtually. Well, I can't do it virtually if that community doesn't have access to laptops. I can't do it virtually if that community doesn't have access to the internet. So that is a social economic issue. That has nothing to do with race or culture or gender. That has to do with this community is not being represented because they don't have access. Now, and when I say access, equitable access, we can all have access, quote unquote, as people will say, to healthcare, say here in the States, but you may not be able to afford it. Is it available? Sure. Is it there? Yeah. Technically, you have access, but if you can't afford it, then it means nothing to you. And the same thing goes with these kinds of things. So if I have a business and I want to reach people, but they don't have a way for me to reach them, how else can I reach them? So that's what equitable training, DEI training will do, is help you to figure out, well, if I'm trying to deal with, work with seniors, for example, many seniors are in an economic state that can't afford a laptop. They can't afford the internet every month. And that's just being honest, especially here in the United States. So then how can I reach them? Well, maybe you need to go to a community center. Maybe you need to directly go to the seniors, maybe through newspaper, maybe through the radio. That's another way, not just in the internet. Maybe they're listening to the radio. You need to figure out other ways that you can reach them. If we're not training people to do this, if we're not showing people there's a greater community out there, or there are other communities that we need to reach, then we're going to miss out on an opportunity to reach out to them, to give them the services they need oftentimes, or even sometimes the services they want. As a company, I want to give people services that they need and want. But if I'm not making any effort to reach out to them, to find ways to reach more than just one group, then I'm missing out just as much as they are.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that, Aida. Just one more question before I go. How can my company or my organization be more equitable? Just the simplest things that we can do, that we can change today.
Sure. So I would recommend just doing a simple search online. You can just, whatever browser that you use. I use Google. Google actually has an extension that will show you how to look at your website through the eyes of a blind person. But if not, just go online and put in that exact question. How do I make my company more equitable? How can I make my organization more inclusive? And you will find site after site after site of people who are sharing ideas and videos and all kinds of things to help you be more equitable. The other thing I say is make yourself more inclusive, more diverse. If you look at your circle, the people that you have around you, do you have different people around you? Do they all look like you? Do they all think like you? Are they all a part of the same community? If so, then I recommend for you to branch out, reach out. We have technology at our fingertips. You can meet people I'm speaking to a woman from London. You can speak to people from around the world. make that your goal, to make yourself more global, because we are in a global economy. So it's not just about where you are. This is a global economy now. Reach out. There are apps that can let you reach out. A great app is called Clubhouse, where you can talk to people from around the world. Make it your goal that not just globally, but locally, that you are meeting more people. Go to a local library, go to your local cafe. I'm one to see someone sitting by themselves and say, hey, do you mind if I sit for a minute? Just to get to know someone new. You never know. Learning other people's story, make it about someone else's story, not yours. Ask questions, get to know them, and you don't know who they might know, and they might introduce you to. And make yourself someone who's interested in being around a more diverse group of people. And that's going to help you see the world differently and see people differently. And that's going to help you when you're doing business to say, I want to make sure that I'm including someone like Miss Maria, or I'm including someone like the gentleman that I met the other day, or someone that may come from a different country or may have a disability. I want to make sure when they come to my company, they know that they're included and they're welcome here. And that I want not just their business, but I want to know them.
Absolutely wonderful talking to you, Aida. You really have expanded my mind to the possibilities, and I will definitely take your advice. Can you tell us how we can reach you, how the listeners and the viewers out there can be able to connect with you?
Sure, thank you. So my company is Love Built Life, and it's LOVEBUILT Life, and you can reach me anywhere on social media. So if you put in Love Built Life, my in a browser, my website will come up. But in any social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, any one of those, Love Built Life, you'll find me.
Wonderful, thank you so much. I present to you Aida Correa-Jackson. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you again.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
Design is human. It's about people. It's about life. We've designed everything around us since the beginning of time. The things that we see, the things that we hear, experience, and feel. And in this evolving digital frontier that we are calling the metaverse, there are opportunities to do things that we never thought were even possible. But with innovation comes responsibility, and there will be many challenges that we must face and overcome together. I've often wondered, how do we create balance between humanity, technology, and the environment in a world that is already constructed? It's as though we are designing against the grain. This is something that many of us are trying to figure out at this technological tipping point. I personally have spent countless hours of my life, especially in the last few years, really thinking about this, thinking about how to create amazing, innovative, and artistic, immersive experiences using technology, but while still doing our part in this world to protect our people and to protect the environment. And what I've realized is that collective thinking around design is holding us back. It's become mechanical, a series of conflicting checklists and linear conventions, components of production cycles. We don't always think about design as coming from within, as inherent to our species, the human. So today I will discuss 5 immersive design considerations for the metaverse outside of these technical checklists and processes. These are considerations that are a little more qualitative, sometimes a little harder to wrap our minds around and transfer that knowledge into meaningful action. These are the things that impact our decision making and the world we live in, whether we realize it or not. And when we make this connection more mainstream, I truly believe that we can evolve the world by pioneering what artistic but responsible, immersive design looks and feels like, and what the metaverse should evolve to become and to include. My name is Natasha Rapsat, and I am an experienced designer, strategist, multi-dimensional being, an explorer traveling to see the bones of the world and to learn for the future of humanity. I have medium brown skin and dark hair that is pulled back. I'm wearing a black shirt, red lipstick. Before we get into the considerations, let's discuss immersive design for common understanding. Feel free to leave comments or questions. I will do my best to answer. Thank you for joining me today.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sidelines and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
La connexion BU. La connexion BU.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that's it.
Hey.
No!
Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants. He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the BU collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon and good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporate. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Maria Bond of the Limitless Mindset Group and Media Communications Limited. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have had speakers from London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, North Carolina, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about businesses. Today's speaker is Grant McGow. Grant McGow is a dynamic and accomplished individual serving as the CEO of 5-Star BDM, a leading marketing agency that excels in brand development and management. With his visionary leadership and strategic acumen, Grant has propelled the company to new heights, driving growth and success for a diverse range of clients. As the charismatic host of the popular podcast, Follow the Brand, Grant captivates audiences with his insightful interviews and deep industry knowledge, sharing valuable lessons and strategies for building and sustaining marketable brands. With his passion for marketing and dedication to excellence, Grant McGow continues to inspire and empower businesses worldwide. So, get yourself ready for Grant McGow.
Hi, how are you doing, Maria?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for the great introduction. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. So I'm going to leave you to inspire us and take us to a new height of knowledge. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. As we normally say, genius is common, and we'll see you on the other side. That is Maria's cue, and that is my cue to thank all of you for the opportunity to share thoughts today on a topic that has become a cornerstone of our work at 5-Star BDM, and that is the realm of artificial intelligence. We stand together at the intersection of technology and business, ready to harness the power of AI to elevate our operations and competitive edge. Artificial intelligence, once the stuff of imaginative science fiction, now holds a tangible, transformative role in our business landscape. It has emerged as an important partner, a discerning analyst, and our trusted confidant, working relentlessly to ensure we are at the forefront of innovation. One of the greatest challenges of the modern business world is not generating data, but effectively harnessing it. We at 5-Star BDM are meeting this challenge head on with AI. Artificial intelligence algorithms have an uncanny ability to process and analyze colossal amounts of data swiftly and accurately, providing us with actionable insights that drive our business strategies. By understanding customer behavior, discerning market trends, and evaluating our sales performance, we're able to refine our operations, discover new opportunities, and secure our competitive positioning. In the arena of marketing automation, AI has truly proven its mettle. Our AI-powered marketing tools meticulously analyze customer data, predict behaviors, and identify patterns. The insights derived are then used to craft highly personalized marketing campaigns. The result is not just content, but an engaging narrative that resonates with our customers, driving up engagement rates and fostering brand loyalty. Imagine a future where your business is running more efficiently, your customers are happier, and your profits are soaring. This is the feature that AI can give you. But AI implementation is not easy. It takes a deep understanding of AI as well as the ability to translate that understanding into a practical solution that meets your specific needs. That's where 5-Star BDM comes in. We are a team of AI experts with a proven track record of business success and business intelligence. We have helped hundreds of businesses implement AI successfully, and we know what it takes to get it done right. We will work with you to understand your business needs and goals. We will then develop a custom AI implementation plan that's tailored to your specific needs. We will also provide you with the support you need to get your AI implementation off the ground and running smoothly. With 5-Star BDM, you can be confident that your AI implementation will be a success. We will help you take your business to the next level, and we will do it with your best interests in mind. Now, artificial intelligence driven tools help us identify promising leads. They will prioritize sales activities and tailor sales pitches. By leveraging AI's predictive capabilities to anticipate customer needs, we are providing more effective sales support and crafting compelling sales pitches that not only engage, but convert. This strategic use of AI is helping us close more deals and increase our sales revenue. Imagine a world where your business is always ahead of the curve. Imagine where you can see opportunities and threats long before they're visible to the naked eye. Imagine where you can make informed, proactive decisions that enhance growth and minimize risk. This is the world that 5-Star BDM can help you create. We leverage AI and advanced analytics to analyze your business's data, providing you with the insights that would otherwise be impossible to obtain. We understand your business's unique needs, strengths, and weaknesses, and we tailor our approach accordingly. Our team is comprised of industry veterans, and we have a proven track record of helping businesses reach their growth objectives. We're not just consultants, we're growth partners. We are invested in your success. We don't believe in transactional relationships. We invest in long-term partnerships, nurturing and enabling your organization's growth, success, and sustainability. By employing our services, you can reduce overhead costs relating to hiring, training, and maintaining an in-house business development team. We provide high-level expertise at a fraction of the cost. AI's influence extends beyond marketing and sales to supply chain management and logistics. AI-powered tools at 5-Star BDM help optimize inventory management, reduce supply chain costs, and improve demand forecasting accuracy. They even will streamline shipping routes and delivery times, ensuring we operate at peak efficiency while maximizing customer satisfaction. Now, however, as we navigate through the AI landscape, it's crucial to remember that AI is not a cure-all. Its efficiency is closely tied to the quality of data it's fed. Therefore, our commitment to data quality and accuracy is paramount as we strive to fully harness the benefits of AI. 5-Star BDM stands poised to make significant strides in AI. We are committed to equipping our teams and clients with cutting-edge tools that learn smarter and faster from the markets we serve. We see AI not as a replacement for human intelligence, but as a powerful asset that enhances our decision-making capabilities. We stand at the precipice of an AI revolution. Together with AI as our steadfast companion, we can redefine business development, gain a competitive edge, and accomplish our growth objectives. In our digital age, customer interaction points are numerous. Our task, and indeed our opportunity, is to capture, comprehend, and convert these interactions into valuable insights and to enhance our service delivery. First, let's look at your website. How do your customers find you? What pages on your site are they most drawn to, and what actions do they take? Our endeavor is to ensure that your website is not just an online presence, but a guide and a resource to your customers. Second, let's look at social media. This platform has transformed the way businesses and customers communicate worldwide. We are keenly interested in understanding which platforms your customers use, the kind of content they engage with, and how they interact with your business on these platforms. Thirdly, we also look at email marketing campaigns. What emails do your customers open? Which links do they click? Understanding this will help us design more effective campaigns, ensuring we deliver the right message at the right time. Next is phone communications. Mobile phone communications is very, very key. When customers contact your business, what are their most common questions? This also can be with chat as well. This interaction offers a more personal connection with customers, giving us a chance to hear their voice, their tone, and importantly, understand their concerns. And then we cannot forget in-person interactions, face-to-face, sharing the same time and space. What pain points are your customers expressing? What services do they need most from us? Face-to-face interactions offer an invaluable wealth of information that enables us to serve our customers better. Now, after analyzing these various touch points, a clear picture emerges, a detailed map of your customer's journey. This invaluable knowledge not only shows us what your customers are seeking, but also guides us on how to deliver effectively. With this information, we can craft targeted content that speaks directly to your customers' needs. We can concentrate your advertising efforts on the channels where your audience is most engaged. Most importantly, we can address common pain points to provide an improved customer service experience. To ensure we leave no stone unturned, we follow a few cardinal rules. We use diverse data sources for a complete picture, detect patterns and trends in customer behavior. Leverage these insights to enhance the customer experience and share these insights to ensure a unified understanding of your customers' needs. At 5-Star BDM, our approach is to customer behavior analysis. It's not just a strategy, it's our commitment to our customers. By understanding your needs, your preference, your pain points, we can tailor our efforts to provide you and your customers with an unmatched customer experience. Artificial intelligence, or better known as AI, as we know it, has become a game changer in today's digital landscape. At 5-Star BDM, we also employ AI-powered tools that monitor social media platforms for mentions of your brand, your competitors, and other relevant keywords using 3 primary mechanisms. So first, we utilize natural language processing, or NLP. It's a subset of AI that enables machines to understand and interpret human language. Through NLP, our AI tools can identify mentions of your company, your competitors, and critical keywords in various social media content. Then we employ machine learning, which is another powerful facet of artificial intelligence. Machine learning allows our tools to identify patterns in social media data, learning more from the data and making accurate predictions about how individuals talk about your business. And finally, our AI tools use sentiment analysis to determine the tone of social media mentions. This process helps us discern whether people are talking about your business in a positive or negative or neutral way. These AI-powered mechanisms provide us with invaluable insights about your brand. We can ascertain which social media platforms resonate most with your audience and discover relevant keywords and understand the prevailing sentiments about your brand and products, and identify potential issues or opportunities. This wealth of knowledge empowers us to enhance your marketing strategy and make informed decisions on how to engage your target audience. Now, some of these AI-powered tools that we leverage for social media monitoring include BrandWatch. And BrandWatch is a tool that tracks mentions across multiple platforms. There's also Hootsuite and Sprout Social. These tools that manage and monitor social media as well. Then there's a tool called Mention, which focuses on real-time brand mentions. And then there's Social Bakers, another comprehensive social media management tool. Each of these tools offers a unique contribution, allowing us at 5-Star BDM to gain an in-depth understanding of how your brand is perceived and what your audience thinks about your offerings. This information is not only transformative in refining your market strategy, but also instrumental in our mission to meet and exceed your audience's expectations. Artificial intelligence isn't the future, it's the present, shaping our understanding and strategy in the digital marketplace. As we at 5-Star BDM continue to harness these AI-powered tools, we stand confident in our commitment to better serve our customers, optimize our brand strategy, and secure our place as a front runner in business development. Allow me to continue this enlightening journey, a journey that pierces through the mysterious fog of artificial intelligence. You may have heard the whispers of the impact AI is making in many industries. Today, I want to immerse you in the understanding how it is revolutionizing marketing, bringing a transformative era into place. Imagine, if you will, a symphony of words resonating with your business, engaging blog posts, captivating social media updates, even compelling video content, all echoing the pulse of trending topics and keywords in your industry. But who, or rather what, is the maestro in this symphony? It is none other than AI. To bring this closer to home, let me invite you into a story of our own transformation at 5-Star BDM. A few months ago, we embarked on this exciting new journey, a marketing campaign for our 5-Star BDM product line. Our quest, our mission, our goal was to create a blog post that would not just make waves, but tidal waves, driving an influx of traffic and leads to our business. And in our arsenal, we had an unusual ally, an AI content creation tool. This intelligent tool, much like a digital oracle, discerned the trending topics and keywords that resonated with our product line. Like an astute writer, it spun an engaging, informative blog post, painting a vivid image of our products in the minds of our audience. And what were the results? The results were nothing short of extraordinary. Our blog post amassed over 10,000 views, capturing 500 leads. This tool had not just written a blog post, it had scripted our success story. Today, we just don't use AI. We rely on it, employing AI content creation tools to sculpt all of our marketing campaigns. Now, I extend an invitation to you all. Embark on this journey. Delve into the exciting realm of AI. You'll discover an ally that doesn't just bolster your marketing efforts, but could potentially revolutionize them, bringing you closer to your goals. Now, are you intrigued? I can tell you more about specific AI tools. We have, at 5-Star BDM, we harness the criteria we use to select these tools, the triumphs we have celebrated, the challenges we've surmounted, and some pearls of wisdom for businesses that are looking to explore AI content creation. I want you to join me as we chart a bold course through the limited skies of artificial intelligence. As the CEO of 5-Star BDM, I say it's not as mere observers, but as pioneers. We harness the power of AI like a compass, guided by the illuminating patterns of trending topics and keywords. Our guiding light is in this digital expanse. It's the star cluster we call customer experience. That's our North Star, reflecting on our deep-rooted commitment to delivering exceptional customer service. With AI as our navigator, we journey through the varied landscape of customer experience. It's an adventure through every interaction our customers have with us. Then, of course, there's this thing called NPS, or Net Promoter Score. It's not just a metric to us, it's our radar. It allows us to tap into the loyalty of our customers and steers us on our unyielding quest to enhance every facet of their experience. Our voyage also takes us to the territory of marketing automation. Here we're more than marketers, we're captains of a digital spacecraft, employing automated tools with the precision of AI. Whether it's email marketing, lead generation, or social media marketing, we're steering a course towards efficiency and effectiveness. Our beacon in this vast cosmos is lead generation, a celestial body we navigate to convert potential customers into valuable leads. The constellation of email marketing emits the signals that help us build enduring relationships with our customers, driving our mission to higher sales, which is a very lofty goal. It's where we want to be. Then there's sales enablement, our guiding star in the 5-star BDM universe. It's not just a process, it's an ethos. Providing our sales team with the tools and training and resources they need to excel. Now, through social selling, we empower our sales professionals, providing them with the strategic know-how to digitally network with greater proficiency. Our training course is adaptable, ensuring continuous learning opportunities for your team, helping them to navigate the LinkedIn space like seasoned explorers. Our coursework begins and becomes our AI-generated star map, guiding our customers with persuasive and educational information, fueling their decision-making journey. Each navigation point brings us a step closer to achieving your marketing aspirations, lighting up your path in the vast cosmos of your business universe. So I stand before you, a fellow voyager. I am on this journey with you. I'm inviting you to join me on this fantastic journey through the digital starscape. How will AI continue to revolutionize our industry and redefine how we connect with our customers? Consider AI as a robust sidekick to your existing content creation efforts, sparking fresh ideas and helping you to optimize your content for search engines. But remember, it is a collaborative journey. The final destination is not AI-created content, but AI-assisted, human-approved content. Harness AI to produce content that echoes with your target audience, identifying trending topics and keywords relevant to them so it forms the basis of content that drives engagement and resonates on a deeper level. Ensure your AI assistant content is factually accurate. While AI aids in generating precise content, a human editor's final review guarantees its authenticity and error-free nature. Finally, use AI as a tool to produce engaging and enlightening content. It's your creativity and judgment that breathes life into the AI-structured skeleton, resulting in content that's not only informative, but also captivates the reader. Incorporate these strategies into your approach, and you'll see how AI content creation can amplify your marketing efforts and lead you closer to your business goals. So let's forge ahead together on this exciting voyage. Explore these wonders in the AI universe and what it has in store for us. As we navigate the transformative ways of AI, it's essential to have the right ally by your side. 5-star BDM emerges as the perfect collaborator with your illustrious record of guiding businesses into AI's powerful realm, thereby enhancing their operational prowess and bottom line. But beyond our undisputed AI acumen, 5-star BDM boasts a multifaceted skill set, which includes UI and UX design. We can transform your AI applications with engaging and user-friendly interfaces that resonate with your users. We have web app development, mobile app development, software development. This array of capabilities positions 5-star BDM as the one-stop destination for businesses seeking to immerse in AI, aiding you at every juncture from conception to implementation and beyond. Here's why we should gravitate toward 5-star BDM for our AI journey. Our team of seasoned AI experts can help you decipher AI's advantages and devise solutions tailored to your enterprise. Our scalable solutions can accommodate your evolving needs, letting you modify your features as your venture grows. It's very, very important. Our flexible approach allows you to tailor solutions to your unique requirements. Our robust security measures keep your data secure, giving you peace of mind in a cyber world that's gone mad with ransomware. Our adept UI UX designers, backed by user research and testing, craft intuitive and engaging interfaces for your AI applications. And our experienced web app developers leverage the latest technologies and best practices to deliver reliable, secure, and scalable AI-powered web applications. And then we get into our mobile app development expertise. That allows us to create AI-enabled mobile applications that resonate with your users, offer reliability, security, and scalability, which leads all the way into our software development team, which we can create custom software solutions precisely catering to your specific needs. So in light of our immense expertise and experience and diverse capabilities, 5-star BDM comes across as an ideal choice for any business stepping into the realm of AI. Reach out to 5-star BDM. Let's set your business on an exciting journey of AI exploration and implementation. In this dynamic digital era, startups and businesses often grapple with the conundrum of success and failure. The underlying answer, surprisingly, may not be as complex as it seems. The magic key to the kingdom of prosperity is an exceptional user experience and design. A sound UI UX design ensures an effortless and efficient interaction with your product or service, which is the stepping stone to your survival and triumph in the competitive marketplace. Every business venture, particularly startups and small enterprises, face the colossal challenge of attracting and retaining users. An intuitive user interface can mitigate this issue, potentially increasing conversions by up to 30% and adding a visual appeal to your website or application. But UI UX design doesn't stop there. It plays a pivotal role in enabling customer interaction with your offerings, simplifying the processes for information retrieval to complex tasks like service registration, laying a solid foundation for enduring success. The concept of user interface design revolves around facilitating smooth, easy, and enjoyable user experiences. It helps customers understand your product, use it to aptly stay engaged with you for extended periods of time. And on the other hand, user experience, or UXD, aims to design delightful user experiences to capture user interest and bolster customer loyalty. So every stage of the user journey, from research to visual design to testing, falls within UX design's purview. Both of these design approaches are indispensable for any business. Contrasting UX and UI, the former is about the ease of use and navigation of the product, while the latter focuses on the aesthetics. A poorly designed UX could deter potential customers even before they test your product. So employing an adept UX designer like 5-star BDM can help you craft a user-friendly product along with designing efficient menus, icons, buttons, therefore enhancing your user satisfaction and increasing your success chances. So our design concentrates on offering an effective, satisfying user experience, which involves everything from the user interface, the UI, to the overall interaction a person has with your product or service. We're going to ensure an intuitive and attractive design, which will boost your users' time on your product and enhance their overall experience, leading to more positive customer reviews. So also do not forget about the user interface design. That's the focus on developing the actual visual appeal of the interface, which is so important for adoption. That's going to lead to more increased traffic and more potential leads. So how does UI UX design become an asset for startups and small businesses? Well, the UI design aids in rapid comprehension of the product and influences your interaction, significantly impacting conversion rates. That's the key. So incorporating user research in your UI design and elevating your product effectively is going to bring you to a much higher level of interaction. It's going to help you swiftly connect with your audience and give the company a polished appeal, and it's going to attract new customers. That is the ultimate goal. So I want to conclude tonight with that appeal that you join us in this adventure at 5-Star BDM and interact with us and talk to us with your questions around AI. How can I utilize it? Where am I at in my journey now? And how can I insert AI into my applications? So I want to thank you tonight for having me on. And we'll see if Maria will go ahead and join us again. And we will conclude here. This has been fantastic. I really appreciate you coming on tonight, listening to me. I encourage anyone who has questions, if you have any type of questions, make sure that you can send me an email at grant.mcgaugh, that's MCGAUGH, at 5starbdm.com. So we got Gene. How you doing, Gene?
I am doing great, Grant. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. I appreciate the opportunity to speak tonight.
Absolutely. That was a phenomenal talk, and so much knowledge imparted there. And AI is such a huge topic right now. I mean, we're talking about it all through corporate world, and you're either really scared about it or you see it as the opportunity. But either way, it's here, and it's here in a big way.
Yeah, you cannot run from progress. This is a game changer. The way I see AI, the way it's being used, or way we use it at 5-Star BDM, it's leveraging time and communication. How can I do things quicker, better, and more efficiently, and get insights that typically you would have, and again, lowering costs. You'd have to pay a agency a lot of money to get a lot of the information that now you can get by utilizing certain AI tools very, very quickly.
Absolutely. So I'm hoping everybody got as much as they should have gotten out of that presentation. And we thank you again, Grant. And as we like to say, genius is coming. I'll see you on the other side. All right. So one of the big reasons for the Black Business Network is to promote scholarship. And the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students, and you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen, and it is $BBXUSA, Black Business Expo USA, BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops in up to $5,000. Yes, you heard that right, $5,000 to 10 students. And students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for June 2023. NC 100, thank you. Moody Capital Partners, thank you. Suede Soul, thank you. Lotus Riche Coaching and Training,
Thank you. Carolina, Virginia, Minority Supplier Development Council. Thank you. Step Management. Thank you. BHS and Associates. Thank you. Margie, McLean Foundation Incorporated. Thank you. Genius is Common. Thank you. Earth Essentials. Thank you. Marlene Shani Global. Thank you. Executive Women Success Institute. Thank you. The Quality Coaching Company. Thank you. Superwoman Business Services. Thank you so much. Creative Force Studios. Thank you. Lee Entertainment. Thank you. Artistic App Design. Thank you. And the Black Business Expo USA. Thank you. Genius is Common. I'll see you on the side coming up real soon after these messages.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too, because genius is common.
A 10-year-old founder of a company. Meet Carter, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I loved to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am.
On thermometers, 2,000 surrounding us. Travel 2,000 kilometers to hang out with us. What's up, danger? What's up, danger? Hey, didn't know they doubted us. Makes it that more marvelous. Sign them up, cause ominous vibes and I get synonymous. What's up, danger? Hey, don't be a stranger. Cause I like high chances that I might lose. I like it all on the edge, just like you. Hey, I like tall buildings so I can leap off of them. I go hard with it no matter how dark it is. I'm insane, but on my toes. I could keep the world balanced on my nose. I had a slumber party with all my foes. Now I wear them like a badge of honor on my clothes. If I'm crazy, I'm on my own. If I'm waiting, it's on my throne. If I sound lazy, just ignore my tone. Cause I'm always gonna answer when you call my phone. Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger? Blindfold on. Mama always asking where did I go wrong. What's up, danger? What's up, danger? Travel 200 miles, I'm knocking at your door. And I don't really care if you ain't done wrong. Come on, what's up, danger? Don't be a stranger. I like it when trouble brews, I won't dare change. I like it when there's turbulence on my airplanes. I like it when I sense things that I can't see yet. Swimming with sharks when they ain't feed yet. Cause I like high chances that I might lose. I like it all on the edge, just like you. Ay, I like tall buildings so I can leap off of them. I go hard with it no matter how dark it is. If I'm crazy, I'm on my own. If I'm waiting, it's on my throne. If I sound lazy, just ignore my tone. Cause I'm always gonna answer when you call my phone. Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger? Can't stop me now. I said I got you now. I'm right here at your door. I won't leave. I want more. What's up, danger? Yeah, what's up, danger? Can't stop me now. Yeah. I said I got you now. Come on, what's up, danger? Come on, I said what's up, danger?
You are watching The View from Hampton U, exploring Hampton University's rich history, the past, present, and promising future.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Well, welcome and good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Gene Baker from GPB Consulting. I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, Black owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have had speakers from all over the world: London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, North Carolina, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, to inspire, and educate businesses about business. Next up is a conversation between myself and Grant McGraw about leadership and leadership styles. And I'm so excited to bring this gentleman onto the stage. Grant is a phenomenal person who is so influential in business. He is an owner and founder of 5-Star BDM. He's been recognized by Legacy Magazine as a thought leader and super connector for healthcare professionals. His highlights include establishing a statewide organization for the National Association for Health Services Executives for Florida. He serves as an immediate past president and as the Regent National Board member of NAHSE, NAHSE. He's also the program chair for HIMSS in South Florida. He provides knowledge share programs for health information technology professionals in South Florida. Named by Miami Legacy Magazine as South Florida's top Black healthcare professional of 2019 and an African-American achiever by JM Family in 2020. Grant McGraw has created a socially conscious digital presence that inspires the healthcare community. Grant has also been recognized by Becker's Healthcare Review and best-selling author and brand master Martin Lindstrom in 2021. With over 20,000 followers collectively, Grant has taught entrepreneurs, students, and multi-passionate go-getters from all walks of life how to dream big and to back it up with daily actions to create results. He offers his acclaimed personal branding program and business development strategy for small enterprises, featured both in NAHSE News, the Miami Herald, and the Sun Sentinel. So welcome back to the stage, Grant. I am so excited to have this conversation with you. How are you, sir?
No, thank you, Gene. Really appreciate. Sorry I had to put you through all of that information there. You could have just said, welcome, Grant McGraw. I would have been popped right up. Just a pleasure and an honor to be able to share this stage with you. You yourself are also very, very accomplished. You've done a lot of different things in your lifetime, and I applaud you for your leadership.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. As we say, genius is common, and it wouldn't do us any good by sharing, by keeping that genius to ourselves. We need to share it, and we need to be a sponge from others that are geniuses as well. And in so doing, that's how we move forward as a people.
Yes, exactly. So now you got my curiosity up. I'm sure the audience is a little bit curious. Like, Gene, tell us more about, because I was just going through some of your profile myself. You've done a lot in marketing. You do a lot in leadership. You're doing a lot in corporate business. You are a DISC trainer, and I think a lot of people don't realize what that is. It kind of really assesses your personality. Tell us more about what is your passion around leadership, and a little bit more about your history.
Yeah. So, well, I've been working in pharmaceutical manufacturing and healthcare for well over 20 years, really about 25 years or so. Most of that time, since 2000, I've been in leadership positions, from sales training all the way through district and regional leadership positions. And so during that time in pharmaceutical manufacturing, there has been a lot of change in the market. Just a lot of different competition, different government pressures, different market pressures that has resulted in a lot of different organizational structural change and downsizings. So since about 2004, I've been through about every year and a half, a significant restructure or downsizing. So what I learned even through all that is you still have to lead, you still have to motivate, you still have to develop, and you still have to get results. You can't get to the next opportunity or the next company without results. And so what I learned leadership by, baptism by fire. And so, what I thought leadership was when I first got into it, it's really kind of changed and developed over the years. And that's where I really kind of developed my passion, because at the core of it, leadership is influence. And you can't influence people unless you really are able to connect with people. So that's really where my passion comes, because I've always wanted to, and I've always been a connector. And so I use that skill and really develop that skill even further to reach people at a different level and connect with them and help them focus in on a task at hand today, while also preparing them for the future. So as we were moving through all these restructurings and downsizings and upsizings, whatever you want to call it, I made it through all that. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? If this is my passion, why don't I start to develop that? So I became a member of the John Maxwell team and really learned leadership from John Maxwell's standpoint of view, and started teaching that. I ended up developing a whole, leadership course over a year, and taught it to, the pharmaceutical organization I'm currently a part of. And so I took that and then said, you know what? I really enjoy DE&I and facilitating that topic. So I became certified in a number of DE&I courses. So I trained leaders in diversity, equity, inclusion, and challenge your bias types of courses. And then I said, you know what? I want to pick up some certifications so I can coach executives. And so I became a partner with Management Research Group, and they have leadership behavioral certifications where you can really help leaders figure out, how do you show up in the workplace, and help them get 360 feedback on a number of leader behaviors, so they can really get really good data as to say, okay, this is how you think you show up. This is how others think you show up in these leader behaviors that are critical for your organization and your position. And then you add on top of that a different type of assessment that measures your energy, called the IDI. So this is where you get your energy from, and then so where you get your energy from and how you show up are interlinked. So it just creates this great opportunity to help people be their best selves. So that's kind of what I do. So I still do my daytime job. I'm still a corporate affairs director for a TV network at night. And I still do public speaking. I still do coaching. So I do a lot, but it's really, most of it is more passion. And when you're passionate about something, it's really not work.
Oh, no. And you must be passionate about what you do to wear all those different hats, but you have found the common thread that ties it all together. And you can pour into those things that you feel most confidently about, so you can be your authentic self, no matter whether you're in the corporate boardroom, you're doing your own thing, or you're helping with any kind of association or outside of your normal everyday work. I think that's very applaudable. So we're going to talk about leadership. And I think you've set the bar about the qualifications about what it takes to understand leadership, as far as from a curriculum standpoint, from a credibility standpoint. But when the rubber hits the road is what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just frame the story. Let's go. We're two Black men, two African-American men. I assume you were born here in the United States. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we probably have some shared experiences that we have had. And maybe we didn't have that direct experience, or we see it indirectly within the Black male experience in America that has been talked about widely. We've seen it usually every night in the nightly news. There's some kind of usually negative content around Black males, and that I call that they're fishing at the low end of the pool. Right. They don't come upstream to see, like, we're 13% of the population, but you're going to tell me we're 80% of all the crime that's happening? That math doesn't add up very, very, very well. So what are the other parts of this population doing that we can shed light on? Because you are a professional, articulate Black man who is out there doing a number of facets of things. You go way against that paradigm shift. How do you show up when you see others maybe that don't look like you and they want to hear your story, and you got to bring that authentic self to the stage?
Yeah. So part of it is my background, right? So I was adopted at 4 years old, and my adoptive parents are white. And so I have two white brothers and a mixed sister. I'm actually biologically mixed as well. My birth mom is white. And so, growing up in that environment gave me a different perspective on how, that side views and sees life. And it also gave me an advantage in terms of, not being disadvantaged, from a historical standpoint, from a resource standpoint. My parents had resources. My dad was an executive. He had opportunity, so I didn't come up from a disadvantaged standpoint. And I had an additional lens of, what it's like to live in, the majority, right, world. And so I kind of use that as I've, maneuvered my way through corporate America, and understanding how to, and the importance of connecting with others. Because here's the deal. There's not, as you mentioned, there's not many of us. Any Black male out there understands, no matter where you are in corporate world, unless you're working for a Black organization, you are going to be one of few. I've been an executive in a room of thousands of executives, even recently, and counted on two hands the number of Black executives in that room. And you look around and you're like, wow, this is crazy, because I know there's more talent than this. But it is what it is. But what I do personally is make sure that those that I'm working with see me for me, that are comfortable with me. And sometimes that means spending more time than maybe others have to, making sure that those around me, that those that can impact my career, are comfortable with me.
Right.
I don't have to kiss anybody's butt, per se, but it's just taking a little bit extra time to make sure that I'm finding commonalities. I'm taking that extra time to find those commonalities, because those commonalities allow you to connect, allow you to bring down some barriers. That may, prevent that connection. Because once you connect, then you can influence. Once you can influence, now you can lead, and you can gain advocates for your career.
I 100% agree with you. First, I'm going to applaud you. That is not an easy road. And then I'm curious at the same time, because you lived both experiences. You know how the majority, our white Caucasian counterparts think and see life, because you're in the room, even though, and then on the other side, how the African American experience on the other side. So you're like, wow, I'm a part of both of these worlds. But here's the rub, and I'm sure you've run across this. Like, when you show up, before you say one word, they're going to see you as a Black male.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even realize, wow, I'm biracial, and I was actually raised in a white household. So I understand your language.
Right. Right.
But you've got to, like, you probably, because I know I had some friends that grew up similarly, and I have a real good friend of mine that was also adopted, and they have had to embrace certain realizations that I never even thought about growing up and then adapting in that society. But the number one thing that I got from that is when they completely accepted their whole self. The complex, it's like, that's I can't split myself into this and that and that. Like, I am who I am as a human being, and I insist that you embrace me as a human being. And based on that, we can have true discussion. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. You have to insist. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want to be valued. I want to be respected. And so I say that. I literally say that. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want to be valued. I want to be respected. That's inclusion.
Yes.
I want to be at the table, and I want you to want to hear my voice. And so, you do that in a way that is not off-putting, and the way to do that is, again, going back to, being able to connect with others and being comfortable with others. And the way to do that is, find commonalities. So you got to be good at kind of small talk. Get people talking about themselves. When I'm in a big room and I'm like the only guy that looks like me, well, guess what? I could, go slink off somewhere and disappear. So you have to just kind of say, you know what? I am here. I am me, and I belong in this room. And so I'm going to have conversations with you all. And but you don't do it off-putting. You ask people about themselves. Get people talking about themselves. Who doesn't like to talk about themselves? Once people start talking about themselves and you feed into that and you find some commonalities, now you're connecting. Now, man, now they see you as more, hey, okay, you're pretty cool, man. I can relate to you.
Yeah.
And so that's been consistent across the board, no matter what position that I'm in. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. We always, and right or wrong, our ability has to be up here. Like, our skill sets have to be top notch.
Yeah.
You can't be a slacker. You can't be not really good, because you won't get opportunities. You have to stand out.
Yeah.
In a way that's non-threatening sometimes, but you have to be good. And so early on, I remember when I got into pharmaceuticals, I knew nothing about science, pharmaceuticals, nothing. I came into a district that was highly tenured. I was the only Black guy in this district. But within a year, I became a district trainer. Within 2 years, I was a little over 2 years, I became a national sales trainer. And so how did I do that? Well, I made sure that every day, every morning, early in the morning, I spent an hour studying. And then I would go out in the field and I would apply that knowledge.
Yeah.
So the combination of obtaining knowledge and applying that knowledge and growing with that knowledge and adjusting, allowed my growth curve to exponentially grow. So that puts you, if you do that consistently, you automatically will put yourself in the top 20%, regardless of race.
Now you said something very important. Now I want especially our students, young professionals, I want you to listen to what you just said and really step back and absorb some of that. And I'm going to put one word out there. What I have listened to from a lot of different, especially younger individuals, younger than me, is that word confidence. You've got to have absolute confidence. A lot of times, I was in a room last night, exactly what you just said. There's 30 professionals in that room. I was the only Black male there. But because they were talking about a subject matter that I was very well versed in, and I was already well respected because of the brand, my personal brand that I brought to the table. So a lot of people already knew me or knew of me. And I could stand on that, and I felt very comfortable in the room when people were starting to come up to you and ask you certain things, certain opinions. How do you feel about this or that? And I was actually moderating the entire room discussion. So I'm on point. I'm visible. And I am not focused on my race or my background or anything like that. I am focused on delivering the experience and the insights and directing all of that. And I think people, other executives, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but they pick up on that. You immediately go beyond. When you first sit down, people size you up. You start looking at certain things, how you're dressed, this and that. But once you open your mouth and you start articulating and you start putting things on the table, all that other stuff, they don't remember none of that stuff. All they remember is the value that you brought. I want our young professionals to understand that. Don't worry about, I'm not tall enough. You know, my color is not the right. I'm not from the right neighborhood. I'm not like, no, bring value, bring the knowledge, bring the insight. Why are you having this conversation? And what can you do to add to that? We are in such a digital age now, you can obtain information at your fingertips. We need to gain the information. You know, here's something I put out there. I remember being 30 years old. I was 30 years old. I was actually living in New England. And for me, coming from the Midwest, I had lived in really a predominantly Black urban area, even though it was in the Midwest. But when I went out to the Northeast, it was 1% people of color. We're not talking about just Black people of color, period. I lived in New Hampshire. It's like, wow, there's really no Black people there. And I was married to, my wife was a Native American. I mean, straight from the reservation, that kind of thing. And I finally realized what she'd always tell me. So you were always in your environment. I hardly ever in mine. So now we're both out of our environment. I started to realize certain things about how people perceived me and what was going on, how I perceived myself. And it took some information that I got from one of the elders from her tribe that reminded me, so the first thing you need to understand is that you are a human being. Once you realize that, all those other things are just subsets. You are a human being. And as a human being, you can communicate with any other human being, whether they're the king or the barber, on the level of being a human being. From that point on, I had confidence of who I was as a human being. Had nothing to do with my race, my ethnicity, my religion, my politics. No, I always relate to people as a human being.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And so people relate to you when they see you, and they relate to you, and they see you as a human, as a person. Number one, not just, well, hey, I'm a Black guy. No, I'm a person beyond everything else. But the other thing that people do is to relate to values. You know, how do you show up? What's your North Star? And do they relate to your North Star? How do you communicate your values? You know, it is so critically important. So I learned years ago, as I was leading different, units, to make sure that I had a list of values, and we discussed those values. And I say, how do I show up? How am I committing to showing up with these values? And then I have each person kind of go around and say, what does this value mean to you? How would you show up and show this value? And so when you have that kind of conversation on a regular type of basis, now you have another significant way to connect those around you, and people know how you're showing up. They know what you stand for. And when they know what you stand for, now they start to not see, I hate that word, not see color, but they don't see you first as a Black man. They just see you as a man whose values relate to their values.
Well, that the perception that they had, that's really a lot of times you just hold a perception that's not factual. It's like you're reading a book before just by looking at the cover, and that cover usually is tainted. It's like, that's not real. Like, all white people are not all the same. They don't all have the same attitudes and opinions and blah, 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 because you're not accepting them as a human being. Like, you know, and I've talked to so many different people from all walks of life. I live in Miami, Florida now. And one thing I've loved about Miami, and I've said this several times on this program, and I will say it again, it's like, you cannot judge somebody based on appearance in South Florida, because they are from all walks of life. They speak all kinds of languages. They're from so many different countries. Just because a person looks like me, I cannot assume, oh, they have an African American experience. Like, no, they could be from, Guatemala. They could be from Cuba. They can be from Dominican Republic. They can be from Africa. They could be from Europe. They can be from London. So you allow a person to identify who they are, and as you just aptly said, their values. Let them fill that in. If that resonates with you, fine. I think that's great. Yeah. This is a good conversation that we're having.
Yeah. And the other, part about that is to understand the impact of the narrative told by media. And so, on both sides, so you have a lot of, white people that are getting a lot of stories and images and imagery and a narrative told to them based on their media outlets that is, biased in a certain way. Sure. And so that narrative is just pounded to them every day, every minute, every hour. And over the years, that's really hard to start to break down those perceptions and those beliefs that are built off of a house of cards. Yeah. And on the same thing, Black folk, based on their experience, I remember going to college and, getting involved with the Black Student Alliance, and we would have all these conversations and whatnot. And I remember, people saying, I could never trust a white person. Never. I'm like, what? What do you mean you could never trust any white person? Like, are you kidding me? But then you have to take a step back and say, well, tell me about your experience.
Yeah, right.
Why do you say that? And then you understand, okay, well, based on your experiences, I can understand how you're feeling that. Doesn't mean that that's, the right, thought process, but I can understand based on your experience why you feel that way. And then now let's work on breaking some of those. Let me tell you about my experience living, in white world, and maybe that will change some of your perception. So, I think all of these perceptions that all of us have create these biases, and many of these biases are hidden, and that's why courageous conversations is what we like to call it, and just having conversations just with each other and just making space to connect and have open, honest conversation without feeling the need to slam somebody based off of what they say. You really need to give people some leeway.
You got, and that's the thing. Like these are realities. If you do let's say you have a diversity, equity, inclusion event, you're going to do a forum, and it's going to involve, you could be involved in an association or it could be a company, and you could put together a panel, all these different things, right? Invariably, you're going to get usually women, Black people of color, and then they're going to, be the panel discussion and predominantly the audience. And I'm like, this is going nowhere. If you don't have the majority, the majority perception on the stage, how is this ever going to change?
Yeah.
It's not, because you don't have that perception there. So we're talking amongst ourselves, but then I blame that. You say, well, I look at really the people need to understand this, because we are biased in our distribution of intelligence and information, and that you say, oh, well, it's a D&I, I'm not included. Like, yeah, you are. That's called inclusion. Yeah. Why do you know you're not inclusion? But because how we are demonstrating these type of events, we're demonstrating that it's not for you. I've never seen an all-white D&I panel.
And you know what? They do have panels like that out there. You're like, huh? What are we doing here? But hey, let me switch gears. A minute. As we talk about Black leadership, I'm involved with the fraternity, the oldest historically Black fraternity in the world, Amplify Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. You go to some of these meetings and you see some like uber talented brothers out here. Like, whoa, like, how is it that organizations can't find us? You know, and it's just crazy, man. But as we think about, taking advantage of all of that talent as individuals in these corporations that we're in, as leaders, there's a couple things that I think as Black leaders we can demonstrate that will help us, be leaders not of today but also of tomorrow. Because corporate world is changing, society is changing. Artificial intelligence is it. That advancement curve, kind of goes like this, and it's like straight up now. The advances are coming quick, fast, in a hurry, and colleges haven't caught up, corporations haven't caught up. There's a lot of people, Black folk, by 2030, they're saying about 4.5 million jobs that Black people would normally have are going to disappear.
Wow.
And so as leaders, as Black leaders, we have an opportunity to show some leadership, to show some vision, to be more of a coach, which means that we have to have some knowledge, and you have to take advantage of, what? I'm seeing what's happening, what's coming down the pike. That train has left the station. Let me be prepared so I can lead my people down this path, right? That in itself will hold a lot of value. The secondly is that servant leadership attitude. Like, okay, understand that people are going to be put in very uncomfortable situations, and you are there to help them achieve their best selves. So that means that I am fully invested in understanding you as a person and helping you take advantage of your strengths and figure out what is most of the best match for you moving forward, because your current position may not be here.
Man, I'm going to, because what you said is so important. It's like, where are we at now as a people and what we need to do? Meaning this, if you're seeing what's happening in corporate America, which you brought up, there's so many different talented people of color, Black people in general, that are very talented, but they're not getting the opportunities. Here we are on the Black Business Network. One thing I've always heard Dr. Kelly talk about is Black Wall Street. This is not a cool thing to do. This is something we must do. It is imperative that we create our own economic engine.
Yeah.
And until we do that, we're always going to be at a disadvantage. That has to happen. We've got to get investment dollars into our businesses. The business have to grow. We've got to patronize these businesses. We got to take pages out of some of the other ethnic societies that have done this, whether it's in the Jewish community or the Korean community and some others. This is an imperative. We must do this for survival, because once you create commerce, we take that $1.6 trillion that flows in our community and start putting it in ourselves. We're in the most prosperous nation in the country, but we're not utilizing the resources that we constantly have. So it's like, wow, if they won't get a loan from him, I can get a loan from somebody else. We've got to make this imperative. Like, you must create. We must have our own business structure. We must have our own economic base. This is not a request. This is a requirement.
It's a requirement.
Once you have that, then you have leverage. If you don't have any leverage, there's no reason. So why should I hire just somebody to be on my corporate board if I don't like them, or just because they represent? Like, I don't have to do that. So you've got to start looking at the reality of the situation and say, okay, I get it. I need to create my own. Unless, hopefully, you won't get in my way of creating my economic base, because historically, this is what has happened in our communities, that when we do start to do that, there is a reaction to that, and then you have destruction. We don't want to do that. I would hope here in 2023 that at that scale does not happen, but it's imperative that we do that, and having the leadership, understanding how to get access to capital, access to knowledge. Now, here we go. So I know something's on your mind. Bring it up.
Oh man, this is so critical. But it's like as a people, we've been groomed over the years to be consumers, more than other races, really. And it's systemic because we've been denied, access to wealth and capital. And so when you're denied that, then they push you to well, being a consumer. And so there's a lot of history there that we're overcoming. But the good news is there's a lot of interest across generations now in entrepreneurship and in business. So that's the good news. Capital is not always there, but more capital has become available, including in our own Black-owned banks. So we just need to be more aware of there's various banks that we can go to, including our own, that are more likely to give us capital. But, and it's a big but, we also can't just come to the table and say, oh, okay, Black business, Black bank, all right, give me some money. It doesn't work like that. We have to really come prepared with sound business plans and well thought of analysis of the markets in which we want to penetrate and operate in. And there's so many resources out there now, whether it's online or Black chambers, business chambers. They have any number of programs to help people in business planning and learning about procurement and everything involved with business. A lot of these programs are free.
Yeah.
And so we really, and on one hand, we have an excuse to say, okay, you know what? We have years of grooming and of denial that have kind of shaped our mindset and our habits. But reality today is, what? We do have opportunity. You just got to be aware and be prepared to take advantage of the resources that are there. No one's just going to give you money.
No.
So you got to understand that and say, yes, you know what? You have a great opportunity to build a business, to get resources and capital, but make sure that you don't come to the table unprepared. Get mentors, find business mentors, take advantage of the chambers in your communities and the resources that they have. Take advantage of online resources. Do your homework. And if you do that, you'll have a much greater likelihood of getting the capital, getting the resources, getting off the ground. And more importantly, once you get off the ground, stay off the ground.
Yeah.
Because a lot of businesses fail, whether you're Black, white, or Hispanic, Asian, whatever. They fail. And it's for lack of vision, of planning, of resources, any number of reasons. So just be aware of that and learn to look at failure as an opportunity for growth. I remember having, I'll say this quickly, had a conversation with a multi-millionaire. My brother was working for a company that made ATM machines and kiosks. This is way back in the day, like 2001. And I had an opportunity to have breakfast with him and the owner of this company. They were in Ohio closing on some big bank deal, multi-million-dollar deal. And I said, well, heck yeah, I want to sit down with you. I want to pick your brain and I want to ask you about your story and what are the learnings? What did you learn through this journey? Like, how did you get here? Yeah. And so he broke it down. He says, Dan, you see me today. You see me today. I am successful today. I have the trappings of wealth per se, right? But what you don't see, and the story that's not always told, is I have embarrassingly, like thoroughly failed at 7 different businesses. Financial ruin, 7 businesses. But he says your mindset has to always be not to look at a failure as failure, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. So every time that I so-called failed, I just learned and grew and took that knowledge into my next opportunity, And pretty soon I'm not making the same mistakes. I'm building on my knowledge until I finally got it all right. And here I am today with all of that real world knowledge and expertise. And here I am, a multi-millionaire with a very successful company. So we have to have that same that same inner working, that same growth mindset, that same mindset of not looking at failure as failure as well.
No, that 100% on that, 100% on that, and we've got to help each other, because you accumulate. Here's what capital. People think of capital. They always think of it either in human capital, or they think of it as resources and monetary. Capital is in your information, knowledge, and wisdom. You've accumulated that, and it's valuable. What is your experience? I would probably want to talk to somebody as a mentor or consultant, like, all right, your business failed. Yes, it did. I want to hire you as a consultant. Like, why would you hire somebody who's failed as a consultant? Because I want to know why you failed. I want to understand it. I want to see what you were doing and what, these key economic factors or whatever it was that happened in the market that occurred to you. So I won't hopefully make that same type of mistake. Because if you only talk to people, it's like, wow, yeah, I'm a millionaire, and you want to talk about their success, right? That might not give you the whole picture, because their success is usually always contingent on factors that you cannot duplicate. So that's very important to understand everybody's story. Another thing I want to let our audience understand, because we are on a worldwide network. Just because an American bank won't give you money, don't limit yourself. There are banks all over the world. There are so many people that are willing to invest and they want to invest in America, and they see Black Americans as an untapped resource. They're always looking for new opportunities. How can I tap into that resource? And if a typical American businessman won't, or I say company won't invest in you, that's an opportunity. It's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and fund that, from my Nigerian bank or some other part of the world. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and fund that, get it operationalized. I'm part of their board. We're going to make this happen, because we're not going to be deterred by someone else that doesn't have the vision, or the perception or the attitude to, I'm going to go ahead and put money into this society. And you brought up another good point. If Black people are always in the consumer side of the model, they don't want to invest in you, because that is not in their benefit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. Man, Grant, we could go another hour easy on these topics. And I so enjoy these types of topics, and I hope our audience, got as much out of it as I did, and I'm sure you did as well. But these are conversations that need to happen, and as we like to say as well, genius is common. Let's share our genius with each other. Find mentors out there. Find it's people that you can bounce ideas off of. Get into these mastermind groups where people have the same like-mindedness in terms of thought and action, and really want to learn from each other. And it's all about business. It's all really about sharing ideas and moving forward. Get around that kind of energy, and you will be way better for it. So thank you so much for joining me on this panel and a wonderful conversation. And as we like to say again, genius is common. I'll see you on the other side.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. Enjoyed every minute.
Thank you, Grant. All right, so the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students, and you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen, and that is $BBXUSA. BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000. Yes, you heard that right, $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for June 2023. NC 100, thank you. Moody Capital Partners, thank you. Suede Soul, thank you. Lotus Richer, Coaching and Training, thank you. Carolina, Virginia, Minority Supplier Development Council, thank you. Step Management, thank you. BHS and Associates, thank you so much. Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, thank you. Genius is Common, thank you so much. Earth Essentials, thank you. Melaine Shawnee Global, thank you. Executive Women Success Institute, thank you. The Quality Coaching Company, thank you. Superwomen Business Services, thank you so much. Creative Force Studios, thank you. Lee Entertainment, thank you. Artistic App Design, thank you. And last but not least, Black Business Expo USA, thank you. I will see you on the other side right after these commercials.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And she said, Tony, what's your why? And I told her, and she said, girl, you've already accomplished that. Perhaps you need a new why.
Hi, Tony Harris, Amy Hoydu with Say It Said Marketing, one of your students. And just wanted to say thank you, Tony Harris, for spending so much time with me and giving me that boost in my business that I so drastically needed.
why is to touch, move, and inspire my clients to take drastic steps to be better than they were before they met me. I'm a resource. I'm a connector. I want to help people build deeper relationships that are beneficial to their life and business. That's what I do best.
So, first thing you got to do is show up. And speaking is a way to magnetically attract your ideal client to you. How many of you use social media that way? Absolutely. And this is how you look to the world. Drastic steps are the steps that are needed to be successful. And my business is drastic denotes a mindset. Getting out of your comfort zone. Doing something that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, want to do, but you know it's a necessary step to be successful in your business.
I get the most satisfaction when I see my connections flourishing into relationships long after I am gone.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Augustine with Media Jasmine, and I've joined several networking and referral groups in the area. And Network in Action Northeast Houston with Tony Harris Taylor is one of the best organizations that I've joined.
I love that piece of what I do, and it is what fuels my fire. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too, because genius is common.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Gene Baker. I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have had speakers from London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, North Carolina, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker up is a very talented woman. Her name is Jacqueline Jeter, Jacqueline Jeter. I've known her for some time now. She is a phenomenal, impressive person. She is recognized as one of the premier leadership experts. Jacqueline Jeter is a highly sought after keynote speaker. She's a best-selling author and a transformational growth strategist. She is inarguably one of the most empowering, entertaining, and voices in motivational speaking today, leveraging over 30 years of leadership experience in the pharmaceutical industry. Jacqueline is on a mission to impact audiences and train organizations worldwide to identify, address, and eliminate leadership challenges associated with change management, leadership development, and team building. Her extensive leadership expertise has landed her on major corporate stages across the United States, and her exceptional skills have allowed her to deliver keynotes to some of the most prominent corporate organizations in the industry. Jacqueline is a compelling thought leader who champions the empowerment of women around the world, providing opportunities to build courage, confidence, and connections through workshops, resources, education, and coaching. In line with her passion for helping women succeed, Jacqueline founded Grow, Lead, and Prosper, which is a global personal and professional training and leadership development company focused on equipping women with skills and strategies to conquer limited mindsets that deter them from operating in their purpose and full potential. So that being said, I welcome you, Jacqueline Jeter, to the stage.
Hi, Gene. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine, just fine. Well, genius is common. I look forward to listening to you, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Dr. Kelly, for this opportunity. As Gene said, my name is Jacqueline Jeter. I'm a transformational growth strategist and mindset strategist. And I have a question for you. I like interaction. I like to ask questions, right? Just go straight forward, right? I want to talk a little bit about the entrepreneur mindset. But first, I want a question for you. And that is, think about this. You built your dream home, whether in the suburbs, a mansion in the suburbs, or whether it's a cabin in the mountains or a beach house. Everything is right. All the furniture's there. It's beautiful. The landscaping's perfect. Everything is perfect. And you wake up one morning or you come home one afternoon and it's gone. It's collapsed into the ground. How would you feel? Would you be astonished that you put all this work and all this energy into this dream of yours and now it's gone? Would you call the builder and say, what's going on? Where's my house? You see, it probably collapsed because of a faulty foundation. Behind my home, there used to be a forest of trees. And then thanks to development, which is nothing wrong with development, all those trees are gone. And now there are pockets of houses and townhouses and apartments and things like that behind it. And as they were clearing that land, I watched them daily as they came in and chopped down the trees and they shredded up the trees and they put everything into the ground. They milled the ground together. They moved the dirt from one area to the area to another, and then patted it down and did it again over and over and over again. And they did that for months. Months. The process took months just to get the actual ground and the soil itself appropriately able to be able to receive the houses that were going to be put onto that. And then they came into the footings and did the foundation. And then another month is when they started building the actual house. See, a sure foundation takes time, not just in construction, but also in our lives. and especially in our businesses. So if you have a business, I have another question for you. Is your foundation sure? So the thing that a foundation does, if a foundation is not sure, you'll notice it. Because in a house, you'll see a crack in the ceiling. You may see a door that doesn't actually close the way it used to. It's a thing called settling that happens along the way. And that happens in our business. It happens in our lives. But the thing is, you have to address those things as they come. And an entrepreneurial mindset knows how to do that. Look at their business and see the cracks and maybe in the drywall. They may see that a door is sticking, or may see something's a little bit off, or pins rolling across the desk where it really shouldn't be rolling because it's not level. They look at those things and they address them. It may not be anything major, but you still have to make an assessment, right? You have to notice the signs about your foundation. Because after all, what's the point of building your dream house and the foundation is not sure? What's the point of building your business and the foundation is not sure? And the foundation I'm talking about really is your mindset. I can't remember exactly who said it, because there's been many attributions that said the absolute most important and priceless and most expensive real estate is the 6 inches, or maybe 7 or 8, depending on how big your head is, between your ears. That is the most priceless real estate. There are so many cemeteries around the globe that are filled with priceless treasures. And those are dreams and businesses and things that never came to fruition because the mindset was not there to do it. So that foundation, as I said, I'm talking about is our mindset. It's the soil which supports the growth of our lives. That is why it's important to have a healthy, positive mindset. See, the mind is a very powerful tool, and it ultimately determines who you are and who we are as a person. Also known as mindset, this thinking pattern or your frame of mind, how it impacts our lives. It helps you make sense of the world, and it helps you to make sense of yourself and others. So in other words, a mindset really is a set of beliefs and thoughts which influence the way you handle any given situation. It pretty much dictates your personality, helping you sort out what's going on around you, and it helps you to know what you should do about certain things. Our life experiences come together, and sometimes our life experiences and our genetics help frame our attitudes and our beliefs. And since both of those have an important part to play in mindset, it helps to know what these two factors are all about. So first off, your attitude to something is how you feel about it, especially when it shows in the way you behave. Your attitude can have different components, such as emotional component, or how something or someone makes you feel. Then there's that cognitive component, which is how you and what you think about a subject. I know previously I was listening to Gene and the other gentleman, and they were talking about how people perceive people. That pulls into your mindset, that cognitive ability, that cognitive imprint. So finally, that's also followed by a behavioral component, which shows how you behave when you're confronted by a certain subject. Then there are your beliefs, which are merely feelings or of certainty about something. See, beliefs are based on ideas, and when at a specific time or a specific point, these ideas start to feel certain, then they turn into beliefs. Think about when you were younger and your parents were teaching you certain things. This is what we believe, this is what we do. And that's an imprint that follows us throughout our lives. A story is told, and I've used this example in different ways, but I want to use it here to talk about beliefs. And the story is told of a young girl who was helping her mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother fix a Christmas dinner. And so she was asking questions of how this is made and how that's made. And it came down to fixing the ham. And she watched her great-grandmother, she watched her mother cut off the ends of the ham and put it in the dish to cook. And so she says, "Mommy, why did you cut off the ends of the ham?" And she says, "Oh, it's an age-old story. I probably can't tell it right. Go ask your grandmother. She knows the whole story about it and why we do that. It's a tradition. It's what we believe." So she goes to her grandmother, and her grandmother she asks Gigi, "Why does Mommy cut off the ends of the ham before you put it in the dish to cook it?" And she says, "Oh, my mother did that too. She knows the real story about it. You go ask her. So the little girl goes and asks Grand Gigi and says, Grand Gigi, why do you cut off the ends of the ham? What's the story behind it? I want to know. And her great grandmother looks at her kind of puzzled and she goes, there is no story. My pan didn't fit. So I just cut off the ends of the ham to get it in there. So we pick up things in our lives and carry them full as beliefs. And they evidence in a lot of things in our lives. You see, racism really is a belief that's permeated generations. How we, discrimination, things like that are beliefs that has permeated decades and centuries of generations. But the beliefs that have been turned into something that someone holds on to and it becomes their mindset. So beliefs in turn shape your attitude, which in turn shape your mindset. And attitudes and beliefs then give rise to habits, which are a direct reflection of your mindset. So there are different types of mindsets, but the key ones I want to talk about today are a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. The growth mindset was coined by Stanford professor Carol Dweck in her book called Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. And the growth mindset emphasizes the power of learning. So it focuses on strategies that make you better at acquiring new skills and new knowledge. And this combo is perhaps the best known in terms of mindsets. So I said there are a lot of them. So very briefly, a fixed mindset is a static view where you believe that you're either good at something or you're just not going to ever get good at it. There's no way it's going to be able to change. It's called a fact or destiny. I'll never be able to become an entrepreneur. I'll never be able to speak on stage. I'll never be able to do this. I'll never be able to do that because they have stuck in time. It's static. That's a fixed mindset. It's fixed. And when something's fixed, it's rigid. It can't be moved, but it's also inflexible. Now, on the other hand, a growth mindset is a learning mindset with a dynamic view. The mindset allows you to believe that you can change, improve, prosper, and get better at anything through the right training. Now, going back to the mindsets, it's fairly easy to see that one mindset from each of that, some other pairs, it's good to see that these mindsets allow you to explore, grow, and be more content in general. And of course, that is the growth mindset in this space. The other one does the opposite. These limiting mindsets may appear to be more comfort, be easier to follow, and require less effort but they do come with the cost. A lot of times we're like, this is how I am. I've always been like this. I'm not going to change. But life is full of change. And good leaders and one who has an entrepreneurial mindset knows that change is inevitable. So the cost that comes with a limited mindset is what they do is they repel the good opportunities in life that you have, but can also hold you back from achieving your full potential. The power of a growth mindset allows people to view themselves as capable of doing in most anything, if not at all settings. They definitely don't consider themselves as restricted by any current view or current abilities or disabilities, but they believe they can do whatever they want as long as they practice and get better and learn. A key thing of a successful entrepreneur is learning. So consider the example of being given a new project and something you haven't worked on before. You've never seen it before. Your response could go either way. You could look at this challenge and think, I'm not qualified to do this. I can't. Or you could look at it and say, well, guess what? I've never seen it before, but let's unpack this and see where it could go. Let's look at the challenges. Look at this. Let's look at that. And you can think about what you can bring to the table and what it'll take to get the desired results. The optimism and creativity indicate a growth mindset, which will also empower you to gain improvement through effort, gain the following, which is improvement through effort, and helps you to be able to improve yourself as you continue to grow. A growth mindset allows people to believe that their basic abilities can develop through hard work and dedication. See, the brain itself doesn't really grow in our heads that much after a certain point, but it is like a sponge. Have you ever heard the term garbage in, garbage out? What we feed ourselves in our physical bodies, but mostly in our mindset, will show up. One of my mentors says that wherever you are today, your thoughts got you there first. So what are you thinking? If you're somewhere you don't want to be, I dare challenge you to change your thought process. Step back and see, have I exhibited a limited mindset in this journey? Or have I been reflecting a growth mindset? People who exhibit eagerness for learning and resilience, which is a must for accomplishment, reflect a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset view their qualities as traits that can be developed through commitment and effort. Being of a growth mindset means you're willing to try new things and that you are not really afraid of failure. And as an entrepreneur, you cannot be afraid of failure because it's filled with it. Failure really is that strength and that stepping stone to get to the refinement of what you need to do. Research also indicates that people with growth mindsets, it allows people to navigate stress and challenges better and lead to higher levels of well-being. I recently conquered a breast cancer challenge, and my doctor asked me, she said, or my doctor told me, she said, I am very, very excited to see that you have a very good mindset about this whole ordeal, because we could give you every drug we could think of in the world. But if your mindset is not in alignment with being healed and getting through this, then it's not going to help you. So you see, mindset is important to our entire life. Unlike the fixed mindset, one of the most obvious benefits of growth mindsets are endless possibilities. As an entrepreneur, don't you want to have endless possibilities and opportunities? With a growth mindset, you continually pursue a betterment followed by a sense of achievement. And a sense of achievement is also a precursor to a higher standard of excellence. Black excellence in business. A lot of times people think, oh, that's a Black business that probably don't have a lot of excellence. But a growth mindset applied to your business will bring excellence and prove the naysayers wrong. And the process that you learn success is a continuous work, and it's not something that happens overnight. So I have another question for you. Do you remember what happened in March of 2020? Yeah, we went through a pandemic, something none of us had ever thought about going through. None of us ever had probably heard of a pandemic at that time, but we did. And so that changed a lot of things in our lives, personally and professionally, right? So before I get to that part about what happened during the pandemic, I want to tell you a little bit more about why mindset is important. Every mindset can work in a dual manner. For instance, while your individual mindset can open doors for you, it can also set serious limitations based on your beliefs and approaches in different scenarios. You may have a limited mindset in one area, but a growth mindset in another area. So it's not something that's holistic, but it's something that you continue to work on in each space. And that again comes with awareness. You may have a poverty mindset as an entrepreneur, and when it comes to your finances, but when it comes to opportunities and other things, you may have a growth mindset. But can you see how those conflict? And it's important to apply a growth mindset across your whole entire life. This means that just as mindsets can help you spot out opportunities, they can equally well trap you in self-defeating cycles. So we don't want that, right? So as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to divest the employee mindset. So back to March of 2020. Things changed in business, BC, before COVID. Things were a little different DC during COVID, and they're definitely different AC after COVID. There's a thing called the Great Resignation, where millions upon millions of people decided that during the pandemic, when they were sitting home and they had time, I guess, to think more and to realize, I don't know if I want to do this job anymore. Maybe I should be doing something else. I think I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to take my skill set. I'm going to do something I always want to do and start my own business. Now, I'm not saying every last one of those this happened to them, but a great number of those, and I was reading an article, a great number of those, after they started their business and start getting into the trials and tribulations of every day of what a business, being an entrepreneur is like, decided maybe this isn't for me. I think I like having a check deposited every 2 weeks or twice a month or once a month. Because as an entrepreneur, you're it until you build your business big enough to where you have team. But when you first start as an entrepreneur, you're everything. You're the janitor, you're the admin, you're everybody, right? So needless to say, a lot of them did not understand the difference between an employee versus an entrepreneur. So let's look at what Forbes and a few others have to say about this. So an entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset set of beliefs, thought processes, and ways of viewing the world that drives entrepreneurial behavior. Typically, entrepreneurs firmly believe it's possible to improve their life situation and live life on their own terms. They also believe in their ability to learn, grow, adapt, and succeed. The mindset of successful entrepreneurs is really different from the mindset of traditional workers in many ways. So some of those are this: masterminding versus a paper performance. And again, this is taken from Forbes and a couple of others that I researched online. Innovation is a key element to the entrepreneur mindset. Think about these. When you think about these stores, I'm going to say to you, Sears, Circuit City, Blockbuster, and there's a whole host of others that are no longer here because they didn't innovate. When things started changing, they had a fixed mindset and how they did things, and they're no longer around. So it's very important as an entrepreneur that you keep your finger to the pulse of what you need to do and that you innovate. Peter Drucker summed up the entrepreneur mindset as it's related to innovation when he said, "This defines the entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur also searches for change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity." Entrepreneurs' goals, desires, and are the driving force for implementing new ideas and launching new businesses. And so while they expect success to drive great financial benefits, the financial rewards are just that, a benefit or a bonus resulting from a bigger established achievement of establishing a new enterprise. An entrepreneur is focused on being the mastermind of their business venture. The fact they can bring together a new organization or new product or meet a need, because entrepreneurs are answering or are solving problems. They're not just out there just doing whatever. They're solving problems. And so guess what? That fuels them. Those with entrepreneurial mindsets construct their plans to drive business success based on their thoughts and their opinions and their belief that the business they are creating will be successful. And from that success, they'll be able to glean the rewards. Now, climbing the corporate ladder is a key element of an employee mindset. There really isn't a ladder when you're an entrepreneur. So those with an employee mindset target reaching higher career levels and, of course, higher salaries. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm in corporate America. At the same time, have a business. So the focus there is it's a dichotomy between the two. The focus there is having a living, a salary, elevating their status, and gaining recognition. There's a major difference in how those mindsets come together. And it's very important that if you are an entrepreneur or you're moving into entrepreneurship and you're coming from corporate America, or if you're like me, being a dualpreneur, I'm still in corporate America and I have a business, it takes specific energy to do that switch. At 5:30, 6 o'clock, when I log off from my corporate job, I have to take some time to recalibrate, woosah, and get myself together to go work on my business. It's a totally different mindset. It's a totally different effort. It's a totally different energy. So for those who approach whose approach embodies this mindset, job promotion, increased salary are important steps in their plan. So you need to be an employee, but it's very big. Businesses have failed because of that one little switch of not switching your mind from being an employee to being an entrepreneur. Another aspect is owning the ladder and climbing the ladder. I kind of talked about that a little bit already, but as a visionary, entrepreneurs create and own the ladder of their own success of the organization. They'll eventually be the CEO and not just a solopreneur. They determine how many rungs, how wide each rung is, what it takes to get from one rung to the next, and what it takes to climb to the top. Entrepreneurs are typically confident enough with their vision and abilities that they are not intimidated by the skills of the others they employ. See, a successful entrepreneur and a good entrepreneurial mindset says, I don't have the expertise for this, so let me go find it so it alleviates the load off of me. Because remember, as an entrepreneur, you're doing everything. So entrepreneurial mindset cannot be one that is a hoarder. You can't hoard everything. I'll just do it myself because that's how I'll get it done. You will burn out in 0.5. I've seen it happen. It's almost happened to me. So once you learn how to just release those things that you released when you were an employee, you may have given something, delegated to someone else. It's the same kind of mindset in that aspect of delegating someone and getting someone to come in through Fiverr or through other platforms or Upwork or something like that to help you with those things that you may not know how to do. When I first moved into the foray of being an entrepreneur in 2016. It was during a major reorganization at a company at which I thought I was going to retire. And they got rid of thousands of us. And so a lot of us were on the other side of the welcome mat thinking, what are we going to do now? And that was one thing I did. I took some time off and I said, what am I going to do? Am I going to continue on? Because I started gaining more coaching as a job plus coach in my personal development at that job, but I'm a clinical scientist. So I had those two things. Am I going to continue on in the clinical scientist arena of pharmaceuticals, or am I going to move forward and do something totally different? Well, I had a major learning curve because I didn't know nothing about birth and no business. Nothing. I was that corporate person, focused, getting my check, my bonuses, and everything else that was my happy place. But when your cage is rattled, it makes you kind of think about things. Remember that Great Resignation? I think a lot of people went through that kind of mindset shift and thinking, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life, for the rest of my days, or right now, or do I want to do something totally different? But I had to make sure I did one thing, and that was, I love learning, for one. And so I had to make sure I understood and researched the arena I was in. So entrepreneurial mindset, make sure they understand their craft. They just don't hop out into the arena and say, I'm going to open a bakery, and they don't know how to get supplies. They don't know any of the specs that the requirements that are known or needed for that area. You have to take on the mindset of a continual learner. So it's a big shift. Any fear of competitive concern is strictly tied to external business and competition. As an entrepreneur, you know there's going to be competition. You're not the only one. Walk down the bread aisle. There's not only one type of bread. There's bread from everywhere. But those who produce bread know they stay in their lane of genius. They know what they do. They do wheat bread. They do whatever kind of bread. So as an entrepreneur, one of the things that you have to make sure you understand is that know who you are, know what your avatar is, and have confidence in what you bring to the table. Because there will be competition. There will be people out there who probably are competing for areas, and they have and you feel that your product is more stellar or more excellent than this. And it could be, but they may have a greater reach. You don't know, but you cannot be distracted by the shiny objects. You can't be distracted by those things. So you have to be focused to have for an entrepreneur mindset. Entrepreneurs are confident enough to lean on others to help them implement their vision. And they're confident enough to know that they bring what they bring to the table. Another aspect of employee versus entrepreneur is full accountability and team player accountability. The entrepreneur mindset is conditioned to accept accountability in all situations. Remember, you're it. It's just you, unless you have others that are, you get to the point where you actually have actual employees or you're bringing in others to help. They understand that progress and success of their business or their projects begins and ends with them. So regardless of that root cause of the problem, they must drive the solution. So to have an entrepreneurial mindset, you have to be a solution driver. You have to be someone who drives things forward. In the end, it is your enterprise. And to get along, to be successful, it's going to take you pushing it forward. Entrepreneurs understand that when things don't work, they must quickly look at the mistakes and find ways to use them for good of the planned endeavor. The entrepreneur is wholly accountable for ensuring the success of their enterprise. Thomas A. Edison said, I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. And an entrepreneur understands that wholeheartedly. Those are the employee mindset, work in positions where the scope and responsibility is delineated, and there's other people that are part of the solution and the issue and the failure, but it's not like that as an entrepreneur. Another key characteristics for a strong entrepreneurial mindset is resilience. Again, think about March 2020. There were contingency plans at different companies, but who had a pandemic contingency plan? I dare say not many people. They may have had a disaster type contingency plan, which may include like a fire or the company being shut down for like a month or something like that, but not for the length of time and the impact that COVID caused. So resilience is a very key characteristic to have as a successful entrepreneur. I'm going to share with you some business statistics. Being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. So that's why you have to have a growth mindset, and you have to be resilient, and you have to be a problem solver, and you have to be a driver, because only 22% of new small businesses and startups survive their first year in business. Remember that mass exodus, the Great Resignation? There were millions left corporate America to start their own businesses and to do whatever. One of the articles I was reading said that 45% of those persons within 6 months were looking for other jobs or trying to come back to the job they left, because they realized, maybe I don't want to be an entrepreneur. Maybe I don't want to start my own business. This isn't for me. 30% of all U.S. businesses fail in the second year. Half, 50% of all small businesses in America fail in the first 5 years. And around 70% of small business owners fail in their 10th year. 25% of small businesses will last for 15 years or more. Now, every year, 600,000, over 500,000 new small businesses start in the U.S., but approximately 90% of those will fail. So roughly, only 6% of the new businesses that overcome the second year hurdle are still around. 42% of small businesses fail because people did not want what they were selling. Again, an entrepreneur has a strategy. An entrepreneur answers, it's a solution to a problem. I know someone who said, oh, I have this cake I bake. Everybody loves this cake. And they started to they got everything together and was baking cakes, and they put a thing out there that says, I have cakes for sale. You can buy this cake, and nobody bought them because no one really knew who they were. The people who liked them were her family, and they were like, well, are we going to pay for this cake? We can get it for free. So she spent a lot of money in trying to start a business that she had not researched first yet. And because no one wanted what she was selling. Nearly 30% of small businesses fail because they ran out of cash. Bootstrapping. Bootstrapping is when you're taking money out of 401k, your savings or whatever to build your business. But make sure you have a good business plan so that as you give money out, you have a strategy for getting money back in to offset that. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, more than 20% of small businesses in the U.S. end up failing within a year. After 5 years, around 50%, and after 10 years, 30% are still running. So once you pass that 15 mark in business, you still only have a 25% chance of surviving. And I know this kind of sounds depressing, like, why is she telling me all this heavy stuff this late at night? But I want you to understand what it takes as far as having the entrepreneurial mindset. It takes resilience. It takes a lot to be an entrepreneur. It is not, as I said, for the faint of heart. The importance of failure, though, there's an importance to failure. Failure provides the opportunity to understand the gaps between what someone wanted and the results they got. And so for anyone interested in improving their performance and results in the future, a little setback can take them a long way forward. That's because the setback provides the chance to locate the cause of the mistake, then adapt future efforts accordingly. So entrepreneurial mindset looks at this and doesn't look at just their whole year. A good entrepreneur says, okay, these are my KPIs for the year. These are my KPIs for the first quarter. These are my KPIs for January, February, March. And they look at that and they recalibrate. Okay, I didn't make my revenue goal for January. How am I going to recalibrate that and still make my revenue goal overall for the year? It's being resilient and taking the time to step back and to recalibrate and to reassess those things. Assessing, you have to have the ability to assess or have someone on your team who can look at the big picture and look at the fine dots and to see what is the root cause of this. Were you trying to market to someone who, were you trying to sell coats in the winter or coats in the summer and no one's buying them because they're trying to buy shorts? Think about this. It's something simple that may be a recalibration or a tweak to your business that you're like, I didn't think about it that way. That's why it's important, because you as an entrepreneur is probably the only person in your business currently, is to have those other persons, to have that board of directors, so to speak, those persons around you, to be able to have a sounding board. A good, successful entrepreneur will have the mindset that I don't know everything. So I need someone around me who can also pour into and help me see the gaps, or like what I like to call growth accountability points, those gaps where that I need to fill in. to be able to ensure that my business is not one of those statistics that fails. The growth mindset sees failure as a stepping stone, which we can learn from valuable life lessons. We get experience and knowledge. And the first important lesson learned from a mistake, setback, or failure is experience. As Edison said, I didn't fail. I just know there's 10,000 ways not to do something. So when you make a mistake, you take firsthand that experience, which helps you develop a deeper understanding. And that experience helps you to alter the frame of mind or your mindset and reflect on the real nature of things. You may be the first entrepreneur in your family, and your family may be saying, "Oh, Uncle Tim tried to do the same thing you're doing, and he failed miserably. Girl, go get a job." Sometimes our family and our friends are the worst for support, but you have to know and be resilient and have a growth mindset and have a mindset that says, "I know what happened to you. I know what happened to Uncle Tim, but it's not going to happen to me because I have this in plan, and because I have a growth mindset and I see the opportunities." Another aspect of the same is that it brings with it firsthand knowledge. If you have growth mindset, you will use that knowledge in the future to overcome the very same failure. Resilience and growth are very key. Setbacks come to help build resilience. To become successful and to have a successful entrepreneurial mindset, it's important that you know how to be resilient. So that your first instinct is not to quit. Or I have to say give up, because I do say I have no problem quitting. It's good to quit. And when I talk about quitting, I mean, it's an acronym for that. And that's another whole discussion. But it's okay to quit. Just don't ever give up. Quitting to me is a recalibration. It's a time to step back and say, I'm going to quit doing this. This is not working. It's no longer serving me. And I'm going to do something different that's going to actually put me in the place I need to be in. The same resilience also leads to growth, where you learn to evolve in the face of adversity. COVID, a lot of companies evolved. I know in this area, a lot of businesses, some restaurants went out of business. Some restaurants said, I'm not going to be open every day. I'm not going to be open from 10 in the morning to 10 at night. I'm going to be open from 2 to 6. Or they changed the hours of and even their menu to make sure they stayed viable. They evolved with the time and with the demand that's now happening during this post-COVID arena in our lives. Accepting that it's all right to experience an occasional setback allows you to recover from failure faster. Having an open mindset and a growth mindset will keep you moving forward. You use failure as a leverage. And as you use it as a leverage to not only recover from, but also it helps to propel you forward. How can I use this right here as getting out there? Sometimes we will be the first to market. And as Jane talked about earlier, we both were in the pharmaceutical arena. And I've seen launches of pharmaceutical drugs where there was competition and one was trying to get to the market faster. And then one drug was actually supposed to be on the market faster. And that company kind of dialed back their activity so the other company could be out there first, because they were going to learn from the issues and the mistakes that they made. And they did. And once they did that, they overtook that other particular drug in prescriptions. So sometimes faster is not always the best. It's just understanding and putting your pulse on what's going on in your arena. To leverage your setbacks, you need to know what you failed at and why. And you also need to be aware of what you can do differently to avoid the same mistakes again. Relationships are key to being a successful entrepreneur. Not just networking and giving someone your card, but actually collaborating with someone else. Again, it's just you more than likely. And so collaborating with somebody else, this person can bring the drinks, this person can bring this person can bring that, and you come together and you have a whole meal. That's what collaboration is about, not competition. So don't let your failure define you. Yes, we're all going to fail. We'll fail every day. I failed already in this short period of time I've been an entrepreneur. When you come across a setback, it's tempting to let it shape the way you see things. I just won't ever do this again. I'm going to close my business. I'm going to do this. But again, the growth mindset says, what is this teaching me? What can I learn from this? And how can I recalibrate, reposition myself? It doesn't mean that it's over. It just means that you know what you need to do. A better option would be to assess your skills and strengths by thinking about major setbacks in the past, reviewing how you overcame those earlier obstacles, and devise a solid strategy. And to kind of bring this home a little bit, flexibility is another key in having a successful, being a successful entrepreneur and having a good entrepreneurial mindset. Failure is an effective way to realize your need for change of plans or strategies. And it's important to have a good plan. Instead, you should be flexible enough to allow your view and your approach to adjust and measure things that as you move along. Your taste buds may have changed. I know I am flexible in how I cook now. After going through chemo, I can't cook the same way I did before. I have to be flexible in what I eat. I have to be flexible in those things. It's going to strengthen and propel me forward better in my health. So if I had that fixed mindset before, then I would have terrible meals because guess what? I wouldn't eat them because they don't serve me anymore. So being flexible and understanding what you need to do as far as making those changes is a key to having a good entrepreneurial mindset. As I said before, think about those companies, Sears, Blockbuster, Circuit City. They were inflexible and they did not innovate. They're no longer around. I want to leave with this. The number one superpower of an entrepreneurial mindset is embracing change because you're going to have it. Something's going to happen. As again, COVID taught us about so many things. You may have been shipping out shea butter and now you can't get the shea butter from another country. Now you can't get the containers of shea butter comes in. Now you can't get the certain things, the ingredients you need. How are you going to use that to embrace? You have to embrace the change of that. If not, your business goes away. Change is the one constant in our lives. It's especially true in the marketplace. If you run a business, you'll always be dealing with shifts in the market, new trends, emerging competitors, and other challenges that may seem like threats. But a growth mindset says it's not a threat. It's an opportunity for me to refine. It's an opportunity for me to learn. It's an opportunity to make myself better, my business better, and to position myself to where I'm more successful. And lastly, a few more key characteristics that are key to an entrepreneurial mindset are being learning oriented. Most people spend their spare time Netflixing and chilling. But an entrepreneur knows and is more concerned with learning and development. Get Audible. If you don't like to read or you don't have time to carry a book around, get Audible on your phone and listen to that. But always, leaders learn and leaders read. And a successful entrepreneur mindset, one key thing is to be a good leader, because not all leaders are good. So make sure that you're understanding your craft, you're understanding your arena, you're understanding, and you're always learning the change of the business market. Make sure you have the right systems and structures in place to accommodate that. When I had dealt with cancer, I can tell you, I didn't have all my systems in place and I lost business during that time because I didn't have the energy or the focus really to send out emails or to follow up. If I had those systems in place, I wouldn't have lost some clients. I wouldn't have lost money in that thing. So it's very, very important to, as an entrepreneur, to have the right systems and processes in place. As the entrepreneur and speaker Jim Rohn said, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Educate yourself. And again, be forward thinking. If you want to learn how to think like an entrepreneur, you must learn how to think long-term. Warren Buffett said this: someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Are you planting a tree today that's going to shade someone in the future? Successful entrepreneurs know the big goals take a long time to achieve. So they start with their goal and they work backward, reverse engineer every step. And in other words, if you want this, I need to do that. But to do that, I need to do this, and so on. They keep working and are patient when it comes to rewards. They know that the tortoise always beats the hare. So as a recap, some key elements that I'll leave you with of your foundation to include for entrepreneurial mindset is to include a growth mindset and embrace that. Embrace change. Learn how to be flexible. Be aware of those things that you need to, of who you are, because awareness is the precursor for change. And be resilient and always be learning. Successful entrepreneurs know that awareness is key to life. And having an entrepreneurial mindset will allow you to think, act, and perceive the world differently from the average worker. Just like other mindsets, you cannot develop an entrepreneurial mindset overnight. It's not going to happen. Just like there's no overnight successes. You can get overnight oatmeal, but you cannot get overnight entrepreneurial mindset. By understanding some key entrepreneurial skills and traits, you can watch your behavior and learn how to think like an entrepreneur, get stronger, knowing that successful entrepreneurs are always learning and they're always recalibrating. Thank you.
B. Jacqueline Jeter, thank you so much. So much knowledge imparted. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So much there. I love the topic, entrepreneurial mindset, and your focus on having that growth mindset. So critically important, but also that ability to embrace change and to be flexible and to be resilient and to always be learning. So great topic. Wonderful job. And where can people reach you?
You can reach me at Jacqueline@growleadandprosper.com. That's my email address. My website is not yet released yet. It's a few more tweakings going on with that. And that is bjacquelinejeter.com. That'll be up soon. You can also, and if you go to growleadandprosper.com, that'll also link you to the same website. But once it's active, it'll be active in the next week or so.
Awesome. Well, hey, well done, and great to see you again. And as we like to say, genius is common. I will see you on the other side.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. That brings us towards the end of our show, but of something very important I want you to understand and to act on, and that is our scholarship. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000. Yes, $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. All right, so we want to also thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for June 2023. NC100, thank you. Moody Capital Partners, thank you so much. Suede Soul, thank you so much. Lotus Richey Coaching and Training, thank you. Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, thank you so much. Step Management, thank you. BHS and Associates, thank you so much. Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, thank you. Genius is Common, thank you so much. Earth Essentials, thank you. Mullane Shani Global, thank you so much. Executive Women Success Institute, thank you. The Quality Coaching Company, thank you so much. Superwomen Business Services, thank you. Creative Force Studios, thank you. Lee Entertainment, thank you so much. Artistic App Design, thank you. And last but not least, the Black Business Expo USA. Thank you as well to all of you for tuning in and learning, developing, growing, and sharing. Genius is common, and we'll see you on the other side.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side. Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.